I am sorry. Are you okay?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day.
We can even get a bigger venue. People in Vegas want us back. Wisconsin is a better. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio.
Boxing Voice.
I hear you talking, I might have to pull his card. You walk it like you talk it, I'ma walk out like a star. Let's get it pop, let's get it pop. The girls start when I make my ring walk. Leaving with a broke jaw for that broke cheap talk, cheap talk. My footwork, sweet pea, bud, Crawford. Left hook like Sugar Ray Robs. I'm a problem, can't solve. I see her watching, shorty Japanese, and she calling me a monster. She ain't tell me they had these in Wisconsin. I came two-tone, now we got the yams calling. We at border wars with the vibes and the drama. He trolling online, but he don't really want a problem. Say chant, we about the same weight, meet me halfway, chant. Border wars.
Come out and
TVV getting bigger and we taking shit on tour. Border wars. Then we sanction. USA Boxing got the whole team. Fame what a night, I got the whole crowd rave. Second round stop like my name, Tip Bayless. I'm a big dog, I ain't never been Bayless. Big Wolf, shout out Lobo, this dangerous. Mess with the lines, bet the show going crazy. Main event brazen, undercard way. I'ma fly in and I might rent me a Mercedes. Ringside seats like this was Loma versus Haynes. It's the Boxing Voice, the commentary going crazy. That's where the king born in power chat, never lazy. If you ain't showing love, then you a mark, they hate it.
even in an amateur fight. Commentary, live interviews, pre and post fight.
Say chant, we about the same weight, meet me halfway, chant. Border wars. TBV getting bigger and we taking shit on tour. Border wars.
Send that fucking beat.
What up, Ness?
Let Mozzie step on.
Told you I got you.
Boxing Voice.
What up? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nesta Gibbs. Solo Dolo, Scarface, no Manolo. You know, we may get a co-host to jump on or not, but we'll definitely get a bunch of callers to connect on X or Discord to voice their opinion on today's topic. Today, we're going to be discussing the upset of the year or at least in the running for upset of the year. We cannot forget about Rolando Romero, who did upset Ryan Garcia this month or last month in May. One day shy, right? Or actually, both of them happened on the same day because it was May 31st. But listen, we're going to be unpacking Jose Armando Resendiz's rise to the WBA interim super middleweight champion and his mandatory shot at Canelo Alvarez. After obviously shocking Caleb Plant on May 31st, Resendes is now poised for that dream fight with Canelo as he becomes the WBA mandatory. The question is, will the WBA actually enforce it? we'll dive into the WBA's spotty history and the fact that, when it comes to mandatories, they're not as consistent as the IBF or the WBC for that matter. Jermall Charlo obviously got the big win over Thomas Lamana and stoppage in his explosive return is what some of my callers were saying. And Bektemir Melikuziev is now number 1 after defeating Darius Fulgham. So can Resendiz upset another top-level guy like King Canelo Alvarez, or will Canelo simply dodge him and not face Resendiz? Now, obviously, there has been heavy rumors of Canelo Crawford. That fight not yet official, nothing announced, no date, no venue, no tickets. So, as of now, Canelo can opt to fight Armando Resendiz. Just take on his mandatory ahead of time. Get it right out of the way. Also, he can choose the weight, and he has about 18 months to fulfill said mandatory. Now, again, we've seen the WBA not enforce mandatories in the past, so I don't think that Canelo and his team are worried about Armando Resendiz. Now, I don't know if they would be interested in that fight as an all-Mexican affair that they can do on a day like Mexican Independence Day, Cinco de Mayo, one of these Mexican boxing fan-friendly days, right? Maybe if that's something that they can do in that fight. Excuse me. But a lot of things to talk about, because if Resendiz cannot get Canelo Alvarez, which he probably won't unless Canelo chooses him, unless Big Turkey Al-Sheikh sees big business in an all-Mexican affair that'll probably push Canelo. But we got some polls going on over on our live chat right here at youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice, where you're watching the live show on YouTube. We got one poll that says, should Resendiz take an interim fight? Remember, he is the interim champion, but in this particular sentence, interim means while he waits. While he waits. So people are saying 50% say yes, fight Jermall Charlo. 15% are saying fight Beck the Bully, who got the win over Darius Fulgham this Friday. 26% are saying let Plant get his rematch back in blood. 10% say no, wait on Canelo. Wait on Canelo. So we have the similar poll all throughout our many different social medias. So because you can only vote one at a time per poll, feel free to vote on all of them, to get your point across. Over on YouTube community page, refreshing here, looks like we got Resendiz is Canelo's mandatory after dethroning Plant. Will the WBA make this mega fight happen, or will Canelo slip away from Resendiz? 35% says Canelo fights Resendiz in 2026, which is a good timeline. Resendiz gets to get an interim fight, and Canelo still gets to give the world the Crawford fight. 13% say Canelo will vacate the title. 39% says WBA delays for other reasons. And then 13% say Canelo will be rematching Crawford after losing first fight. So those people believe that Canelo won't be able to fight Resendiz because he'll be busy in a rematch that he will be pursuing after he had lost already to Terrence Bud Crawford this September, if everything goes as planned and how the rumors have been swirling. We're also going to have a guest this morning. Olivia Curry will be on the show, so don't forget to tune in. And later this afternoon, we'll also be having Subriel Matias. So if you want to call in and talk about our topic, feel free. You can tell us what you believe is next for Resendiz, even if you don't believe that his mandatory position will land him that Canelo showdown. So you can use Discord, you can use X Spaces to call in. Let's see here. Over on X, we have a similar poll. Jose Armando Resendiz interim fight. Charlo, 47.1%. Bektemir, 11.8%. Plant rematch, 41.2%. Weight on Canelo, 0%. Well, damn. And over on our Discord, and these are all very new, so we do have to give these a bit of time to grow. But same question, Jose Armando Resendiz's best move. Weight on Canelo, 0%. Fight Charlo, 60%. Fight Bektemir, 20%. Rematch Plant, 20%. Fight Christian Billy, 0%. Once again, you can only vote once on each poll, but you can vote on each poll, so feel free to do so. And if you want to ask Olivia Curry a question, remember to head on over to the Patreon page or the community page here on YouTube where you can ask her a question. Make sure you put your name and where you're from. This way she knows she has fans everywhere. So, Saul Canelo Alvarez obviously reigns as the undisputed super middleweight champion after beating IBF champion William Skull in a very lackadaisical, boring, bullshit kind of fight. Obviously, you know, Skull didn't come with the, I guess, mindset that we were hoping that he came into the ring with, looking to dethrone the king, looking to defeat Canelo Alvarez. Instead, he was looking to skate. Difference in styles between he and Armando Resendiz, right? Resendiz will probably fare better versus Canelo, giving us the type of fight we're looking for. Maybe getting stopped because he's dared to be hit, but also applying a certain type of pressure on Canelo that he hasn't really seen since maybe Triple G. Now, obviously on May 31st, my birthday, Armando Resendiz made history. 16-2, 11 KOs. Ranked number 15, stunned Caleb Plant, who was 23-3, 14 KOs, to claim Caleb's WBA interim title via split decision. Split decision because one of those judges were just damn right in the bag and had an 8-4 for Plant. As an interim champion, Resendiz is Canelo's mandatory challenger for the WBA sanctioning body, even though Canelo was rumored to be fighting Terrence Bud Crawford in September 2025, right? Now, because that's not official, Resendiz can slide in, technically speaking. Or Canelo can slide in a Jermall Charlo, technically speaking, who was coming off of his return win against Thomas Lamana and has added some intrigue to the division. The way that the division really shifted this weekend makes it great. You know, Resendiz now possibly becomes a top 3 or 5 fighter in the division after that win. You know, Ring Magazine did not have Caleb Plant ranked in the 68-pound ring rankings, but you know, that win should mean something. Skull, after losing to Canelo, is still at number 6. He should probably get bumped, and we should be able to put Resendiz in that position. Bruno Saras is still in there, and maybe that's due to Jaime testing positive, but technically he lost, and until that loss is overturned, he should be bumped. Resendes can be in the ring rankings and can make some very interesting fights. And underdogs, those stories are great for boxing, but upsets are even better. And they need to ride the wave of this upset. Resendes' body attack was just brutal. 78% connect rate, and those combination punches just overwhelmed Plant. After that 5th round, Plant was slowing down. But in that 6th round, that right hand I talk about, that was the sealing moment. That was what sealed the deal for Resendes. He shook Plant up, put him on wobbly legs, and landed damn near 200 punches on Plant. Now, the WBA doesn't have a track record of doing the right thing. You know, when they have, it sticks out. And when they have, it sticks out and it makes them look bad because it's been so long. The last time they did a strong enforcement that I can remember is 2019, where Canelo was then the WBA middleweight champion and was ordered to face mandatory challenger Daniel Jacobs within that 120 days after defeating Rocky Fielding for that regular or interim. Now, Canelo complied, winning a decision, and, you know, that's really where we've seen his head movement take on elite levels. And, you know, after that, it's kind of murky. I remember Golovkin also got ordered by the same sanctioning body, WBA, for the same middleweight division. He had to also face Daniel Jacobs, had to face Gennady. So that was another pretty strict enforcement. But there's been times where the WBA has delayed or chosen popularity and friendships. They never gave Morrell a shot. Morrell was the interim WBA that Resendiz is, and he was forced to move up to 175 because he wasn't going to be able to get that title shot with Canelo Alvarez. Obviously, WBA granted extensions, prioritizing Canelo's marketability. As much as you guys hate to talk about people that are marketable, this is what happens when you are a marketable fighter. The sanctionings will, you know, approve and allow certain things that may require a bigger percentage for them in the grand scheme of things, right? Now, that was 2021, the last time that we seen the WBA swerve a mandatory for Canelo. They did the same for Gennady, because he was a big money fight waiting on Canelo, and they didn't let him fight Jermall Charlo, you know. They just postponed that fight so that Gennady could face Canelo in that rematch. Now, Canelo has vacated titles before. Canelo vacated the WBO mandatory, right? Not the WBA, but the WBO mandatory. He obviously, you know, vacated that. There's a couple of times where he vacated the IBF. So, you know, when it comes to the WBA, though, they're not the IBF, you know. They've given Canelo rematches with Gennady or rematches for Gennady with Canelo and not letting Charlo get his shot. So there's a lot of evidence that proves that, you know, while Armando Resendiz has placed himself in this interim position, he it's not guaranteed that he'll necessarily get a shot at Canelo Alvarez. Now, the WBA often creates these interim titles for leverage, to get certain fighters positioning and title fights for the television networks. You know, their enforcement is just spotty. They're about around 40%, man, and that's since 2015. They're about 40% in terms of interim champions like Morrell, Chris Eubank Jr., Armando Resendiz, Caleb Plant, you know, actually getting a shot at the champion. It just doesn't happen as often as it should, you know. Islandri Lara in 2023, it took him, 2 years to fight Michael Zafata? Remember, Michael Zafata came on here and started, you know, pouring his heart out, and then right away that fight got made about a week later. But the WBA was super, super, super lenient with Islandri Lara. The same way we've seen the WBC be super lenient with the Jermall Charlo. So, you know, all of them do it, and it's all about marketability and popularity, never really about race. It's all about marketability and popularity. What you can bring to the table for that sanctioning body. Are you going to put that belt in front of millions on a big show, or are you going to bring in millions because of your purse? What are you bringing in is what ultimately matters. Now, WBA rules mandate that a Canelo Resendiz fight must happen by November 2026, 18 months from May 2025. So Canelo has hella time to decide, hella time to do multiple things. In a perfect world, Canelo could have fucking 3 fights in 18 months, you know, 1 every 6. But that won't be the case. He may end up just having the Crawford fight in September, you know, and maybe Resendiz gets a shot. But if Crawford beats Canelo, that pushes the timeline back yet again, and Resendiz forced to wait again. Hence why we have polls that, what do you think Resendiz should do in the interim? Obviously, there's some answers that give you the option to vote for wait on Canelo, because it's just such a big fight, such a big payday, that is it best not to sit out and just roll the dice hoping that he calls your Willy Wonka ticket, right? But given Canelo's star power and those Crawford rumors, it's probably going to get delayed, and Resendiz's team might need to add some sort of legal pressure, which, again, they really can't do until 18 months. And the WBA's history suggests that they will be flexible with Canelo Alvarez, much like every other sanctioning body has been in the past, right? Big names get those passes, man. But Resendiz upset, still one of the best in 2025. His stock grows. Now his name is right next to Ryan Garcia's name because of the upset over Ryan that Rolly was able to achieve as of right now. Those are the 2 biggest upsets of the year. Maybe Resendiz coming in at a close second to Rolly, because Rolly beat a bigger, more popular and marketable opponent. But in terms of fights, Resendiz's fight was way better. Way better. You know. But it all comes down to, will the WBA actually enforce their bylaws and give the underdog who did the unthinkable a life-changing payday? Because if you mandate Canelo to fight Resendiz, he gets a life-changing payday. And I hate to say it, but I told Benavidez not to go anywhere. Imagine Benavidez Resendiz in Arizona. Come on, bro. Killer. If you took fucking Lemieux, who's a Canadian, to Arizona, you could have took Resendiz, all Mexican, and had a barn burner. You feel me? We'll see, though, what they end up doing. Now, Charlo moved to the number 2 ranking. Plant, he dropped, I believe, the number 6 after Resendiz took that belt. So Charlo is an alternative fight for Resendiz in the PBC. They could potentially offer Charlo that fight with Resendiz to have him keep shaking out the rust, but they also might get afraid of that fight because of what he did with Plant. And it's like, bro, if we have this dude knock off two of our big names, we got no more Canelo opponents. Specifically Charlo, he loses, he can no longer be, well, I'm not saying no longer, but he definitely decreases his opportunity at being a potential Canelo Alvarez opponent in a fight that still has some sort of backstory there and new storyline of avenging the little brother's loss to Canelo. There's also Darius Fulgham defeater, Bektemir Melikuziev, #1 spot. He's secondary to Resendes. So if Resendes takes an interim fight and loses, Beck becomes that mandatory. But again, he's not marketable enough for the WBA to force him to fight Canelo. And that's just my opinion. I can be wrong, but I just don't see them doing it. Not the WBA anyway. If it was someone else, maybe. But the WBA, I doubt it. Over on our live poll right here, we got should Resendiz take an interim fight? 53% of you are saying yes versus Charlo. 13 saying yes versus Bektemir. 25 saying yes versus the Plant rematch. And 9% saying no. Wait on Canelo. And over on Discord, Jose Armando Resendiz, best move, wait on Canelo, still 0%. Fight Charlo, 63%. Fight Bektemir, 13%. Rematch Plant, 13%. Fight Christian Billy, 13%. And here on X, formerly known as Twitter, Jose Armando Resendiz interim fight, 47.4% Charlo, 10.5% Bektemir, 42.1% Plant, rematch, 0%. Saying wait on Canelo. So looks like nobody wants Resendiz to wait and lose momentum. They prefer him get a fight versus waiting around and not doing anything. And I can totally understand that for sure. Moving along, how does that Resendiz body attack and pressure trouble Canelo? Or is Canelo's elite level counterpunching just too much for Resendiz? Are we maybe jumping the gun? Yes, he's the mandatory, but there's a huge level between a Canelo and a Plant. Or is it worth this fight? You know, should we push for this because of the styles, right? You guys say styles make fights. Does Resendiz's style add for an intriguing fight versus Canelo Alvarez is certainly the question. Will the WBA enforce Resendiz mandatory by 2026 or repeat the same bullshit they did with David Morrell? Now, I don't know that the public believes Resendiz is as dangerous as they believed David Morrell was. So we don't know, but hey, we also don't know what the hell drives the inconsistencies of the WBA and their enforcements of their mandatories, right? But that's kind of something that's across the board with all sanctioning bodies specifically, or rather excluding the IBF, who seem to be the only ones that actually strip fighters of their title for not facing their mandatory challenger. But, you know, should Resendiz fight a Charlo or a Bektemir just to stay active and kind of hold out for a Canelo payday, kind of build up that momentum by keep getting bigger level wins having the Mexican media learn a little more about him, which can maybe help him get that Canelo fight. Because again, while some of you may not like the topic of conversation because it's Armando Resendiz facing Canelo, for Resendiz, this is the biggest opportunity of his life. It would be the biggest check thus far. So for him, this is something that he wants and would want. What fighter wouldn't want that? But phone lines are open. If you want to call in and voice your opinion, now is the time. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you're watching right here on YouTube.com. And go ahead and hit that notification bell, that subscribe bell. Right now it looks like we're at 241,148 subscribers. You know, if you don't feel like subscribing, let me tell you, sharing the show is probably the best thing you can do to help us grow and get to that next level. We got Modern King Boxing coming in with the $2 first super chat of the day. Wakey. Actually, wakey with the sunrise over the mountains emoji. Bakey TBV with the sunrise over the mountains emoji. There is no regular champion. Super Mex, who says that Resendiz is the interim. He would only become the mandatory to the regular champion, not the super champion. He wouldn't be Canelo's mandatory. But in this particular division, there is no regular. So remember, they did do some of those abolishments. Dwayne, salute. No, the PS5 raffle ends this week, like I said yesterday, because we missed a bunch of days. But thank you for reminding me. We are doing the PS5 raffle. It ends this weekend on the weekend recap. So get in where you fit in. We only have 6 more days, and it's closed out. And the lucky winner will win a brand new PlayStation PS5 for $25. I mean, the best value you can find anywhere on the internet. Let's be real. Shout out to TBV. Shout out to its members, because you must be a TBV member in order to get in the PS5 raffle. You can purchase as many $25 virtual raffle tickets as you want. Purchasing raffle tickets are as simple as scanning the QV code you see on the screen. So pause the screen, take out the camera, scan it. That's going to take you to the direct account where you can drop your 25. I'll see it, drop a bomb, and let everybody know. So now Mex is saying correct. He will be elevated to fight the super champion. Yeah, and that's the case. There is no interim. So right now, Resendiz does have hope that he can somehow politically land a Canelo fight. But if you want to call in, Discord available. X Space is available. Damn, my man said get a $25 ticket and win a PS5. I might get in this raffle. Also, I need the headphones. I have 3 PS5 for real. Damn, you got 3? What the hell? My man want to play games in every single room that has a television. Salute to you. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Supermex is sending me old stuff. This is what I'm saying. You got to remember, at a point, there was a regular title in every division. Then, at a point, they were abolishing the regular titles. Like, in Tank's division, there's no more regular title. He was the regular title holder. He got elevated to super. There's no regular right now. You know, just like in Canelo's, there's no regular. There's only an interim. So you're looking at old bylaws. Remember, they got rid of all those regulars. They tried to get rid of as many regulars as they could. Not successful in every division, but they got rid of a lot. Coach Rivera, $5. Give Charlo another tune-up, but main event. Plan emoji on the undercard with the rematch. If Plan emoji wins, that would be good for the grudge match. Plan emoji versus Charlo. Spizzle, SP 2-pounder. Who are the elite fighters Canelo beat? Not Plant. I mean, if we diminishing, then yeah, not Plant. But just remember you diminishing Benavidez's resume too, because if Plant wasn't elite for Canelo when he beat him undefeated as a champion, then what was he for David, who fought him after a loss and no championship status? So, you guys got to be careful with the games you play, because it can get slippery on that slope, Somebody said he refused it. You guys are silly. He refused it. Yeah, right. Yo, don't email me the status, please. Whatever. Look, man. Phone lines are open. We got Nike. What it do?
Yo, you got me there?
You know it.
Shouts out to the boxing voice, man. Hey, to whoever said Plant wasn't an elite fighter, they crazy, man. The man was undefeated when Canelo knocked him out. And believe it or not, motherfuckers gonna be like, oh, no, he wasn't. He was winning the fight till he got his ass knocked out. He was winning that fight. So you can't say the man not an elite fighter. Now he's a gatekeeper, like you said, man. It's like it ain't a bad thing though. Hey, former world champ, you know, if you can handle him, you can. But if you can't, they let you know you ain't on that level. So I see Caleb Plant as a good gatekeeper right now, man. So yeah, I see that. But Resendiz, Daz, I don't know why I always butcher the man's name. But him, man, I don't want to see him versus no Canelo. Nobody want to see that. Like, even though you just won that interim belt, yeah, cool. But like you said, Ness, they done away with regulars. I see if he was the regular champ, cool. But interim, like, wasn't it at one point when you become the interim, then after the interim, if it's not a regular belt, if it's like just the world title, you get a shot at the world title.
The interim is a shot at the world title. You're just an interim because the champion is busy doing something.
Okay. See, I was thinking like, cause like how you said with Tank Belt, how he became super. I know it was like with the regular, like you can challenge the super type shit. So interim, but it's basically like the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, uh, same thing is tough to say.
I mean, I guess so. Shit, cause if like when Tank had that WBA regular at 140, right? And Josh Taylor was undisputed. Couldn't he like be like, hey, like I want to challenge you for your super? But we're in the interim champ
Yeah, but
under
not
him.
WBA. I mean, WBA can do that according to Bill Haney. He says that Tank could have asked for the WBA to make the Devin fight. We only know that the WBO does that for the fighter.
Yeah, I know the WBO do that and shit. I know the WBC do it for they certain fighters they like who they want to goddamn throw their shot at. So, but I was thinking they did it like the WBO, because I know WBO, you got that title. If you want to move up and challenge that champ, you can challenge him. So that's like I was thinking it was like that, but it's not. So like really, man, just get away with this interim shit. I don't know, man. I guess me, I want one belt, one division. Like, so I can know who's the man. I'm tired of all these. It's a champ over here in Europe. It's a champ in Asia. It's a champ in the US. It's a champ in the UK. Like, I'm tired of all that shit, man. Like, we need one champ. Like, one champ so it can be solidified. Like, this is my belt. There's no other claim to the championship but me. That's what we need, man. So Yeah, man. Like the undisputed thing, it was cool when it meant something. Like right now, it don't mean shit. Or I guess to the people who bullshitting, cause it's like they trying to diminish the undisputed shit, man. Like I don't get it, man. It's fucked up, but I don't want to see Canelo versus this dude. Nobody want to see this. I mean, let the dude build up some more. I know he got the interim now, but damn, like before he fought Plant, nobody was talking about this nigga. Nobody in the rankings or nothing. Nobody
Who?
was
Talking
trying to
about who,
see
though?
him, the Resendiz dude.
But that's how it's supposed to be. He got an upset. Why would you be talking about an underdog that was 2,600 plus 2,600? Like, you supposed to talk him after he did what you didn't think he would do.
I mean, yeah, that too. But still, though, even though we wasn't talking about him, you got some people who got looking good and like never had an interim shot or none of that, and they still talking about them.
I don't know who you talking about.
Like I guess he should be pushed better, man. I don't know, man. But
According to my producers, the WBA has not enforced the mandatory challenger at 168
that's crazy. I'm listening.
since 2016, bro. That's crazy. They have not got a mandatory challenger since 2016. Lord have mercy. Let me hit up somebody requesting that interview. But if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. If you on X Spaces, hit that retweet, repost. If you're watching on X live streaming video, hit that retweet, repost. Right here on YouTube, I need you to smash that thumbs up and go ahead and hit the notification. This way you get notified. Hit that notification bell. You want to be notified every time we go live. You don't want to, lose an episode or start one late. We got Al in the Bay. What do you say?
Yo, what's up?
What up?
Man, so let me hit this off first. Benavidez was never gonna get that fight. Canelo was ducking. You heard the presidents of all the boxing committees. They was never gonna force Canelo to fight Benavidez. The only way Benavidez was gonna get that fight if you do what Jack Johnson did when the first African American who ever won a heavyweight champion. He hunted down that man, meaning he fought everybody who the champ fought right behind him every time, and he beat him worse. That was the only way. The only way he might get that title shot. But we knew he wasn't gonna get that title shot. Let's go to what we're talking about now. Don't wait on Canelo. Do not wait on Canelo. He want that title shot. You go get Berlanga. If Berlanga wins, go get Berlanga. You feel me? And beat him and show him that you're not a scrub. You the real deal. You beat Charlo. You fight the day before Canelo. When is that Canelo fight? Hello?
Yeah, which Canelo fight? He ain't got nothing scheduled, remember?
I thought they scheduled that Bud fight.
Negative.
Oh. Well, you go get that. You go get Charlo off of his win, his dominating win, and you beat him. You feel me? Take his L, or you wait for Blinder and you dominate him. That would be the only way I see the path. I would say go fight McGee, but you know we already know he's going through some issues right now, so you can't really fight him. But you got to fight these names. You got to take on all comers, like he was saying. You feel me? I'm taking on all comers. You really got to take on all comers and put your name out there as one of the elites, and you might get that Canelo fight. Another way to get the Canelo fight, you hunt him down. You beat everybody he beats. You go to his fights. You go to his press conference. Just let him know. But again, that didn't work for David. But he never fought everybody that Canelo fought right behind him. So that would be the only way I see him actually getting that title shot. 3 ways. You fight the man that he just beat, or you fight the other big names.
All right. Huang out of Houston, what up? Gotta unmute, Huang.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo.
Man, let me say this, man. They hating on that boy Plant all over social media, man. I don't understand it, man. You know, everybody acting like Charlo just beat fucking Bektemir or somebody, man. You know what I mean? You got a part-time boxer. They even said it on the fucking telecast. That dude is a promoter and all that. Lamana guy's a promoter. And it's not a dig at him. You know what I'm saying? But he do other things. Plant fought a dog. You know what I'm saying? And people be hating on Haney, right? But look what Haney did to a pressure fighter. You know what I'm saying? And there's no dig at Plant. But Plant couldn't do that to a pressure fighter. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Resendes for what he did, but I'm gonna tell you, you know, I still want Plant Charlo. I want that now. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see, because Plant done proved to us that he a dog. You know, you fighting, you know, you ain't fought nobody. Who the hell was talking about Lamana before that day? You know what I'm saying? You act like the TBV community was just calling him man. When we talk about 168, like we mentioned Lamana or something. You know what I mean? So shout out to David Plant. Now, Resendes, I wouldn't even worry about Canelo. I would just go rack up a resume. Who cares about Canelo? If you get the chance, you get the chance. But don't start doing, everybody needs to learn from David's mistake. Don't be chasing him. Don't even talk about him. He's irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Only talk about him when it's necessary. Oh, he fighting Bud. That's the only, because you know what, at 168, you ain't serious. You know what I'm saying? You ain't serious. So if I was Resendes, I'll be trying to rack up a resume. I'm gonna go fight all the monsters. Because 168 is heavy. 168 got some real killers, man. You know what I'm saying? So, Resendes, man, if you listening, deja esa mierda en paz. You know what I'm saying? Go get them tight. I mean, go get them. Go build that resume. Go get them dogs on your record. But that's all I got in this, man. Gotta get back to it. TBV, like and subscribe, baby.
All right, all right. Shout out Sean Zattel, who uploaded the full fight of Carmel Moulton versus Renny Vallamonte. Decent angle, you know. Shout out to him, bro. Carmel, this is what I'm saying. Carmel's such a star. 220,000 people watched that video in one day. Somehow, Prime Video doesn't want those views. No, it's not that they don't want those views. It's that they're not doing their job over there to get Carmel on television. Shout out to Sean Zattel. They got 220,000 views in 24 hours for uploading Carmel's fight because 220 100,000 of us wanted to watch it. Fucking weird as hell over there. I don't understand. Gail Wise, welcome to the prospect level. We got Tevin Smith, $10. He can't fight the other big names because at this point, the one thing we know about Canelo is the number one way to not get a Canelo fight is to look like a legit threat to beat him. So you don't believe that he'll get a shot. We got Iron Mike. What up?
Yo. What up, Nash?
What's good?
I gotta disagree with the last comment or whoever commented saying that the only way not to get the fight is by being a threat. I would say is the only way you could actually get the Canelo fight if you're marketable enough to actually overtake Canelo's spot, because then the sanctioning bodies will jump on board and enforcing the fight like that. They can keep the boxing money train going and letting Canelo go. But I think Al from the Bay beat me to the punch, man. I don't think this Resendiz Canelo shouldn't even be a question. I think we should be talking about, is the PBC going to do the right thing and actually have Resendiz fight Charlo now that they were already building up the Charlo and Caleb Plant fight? Because then we'll see if Charlo is really back, and then you can actually build from there. I mean, that would be more of a better storyline. Well, what do you think, Ness?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what do you mean by better storyline. How the hell is it better for Resendiz to fight Charlo than to fight Plant? I mean,
you building
Excuse me,
on another.
I mean, how is it better for him to
name.
fight Charlo versus Canelo? Like,
You're building on another name, and then you build on the excuse on, like, listen, he took on the guys that Canelo wasn't willing to fight, which was Charlo, quote unquote. And I'm just being devil's advocate. I'm not saying that Canelo is ducking anybody. I'm just saying you can build the storyline. Hey, listen, he took care of Charlo, and now he's ready. He's ready for the Canelo fight. He's took both Caleb Plant and Charlo, and maybe you could.
I thought maybe May would have showed you that storylines, or at least, trying to have every single person understand the storyline can lead to not getting the fight. A la Rolly upsetting Ryan, no Devin rematch. A la Plant being upset by Resendiz, no Charlo fight. Still, you want to build.
So let me ask you this.
So basically, you want to sacrifice Resendiz to Charlo to make Charlo more marketable for the Canelo fight is what you want. Because why should Resendiz
Charlo beats Resendiz?
Why should Resendiz, who's already the mandatory, fight the number 2 guy to give the number 2 guy a better position at the fight that I'm already in line for? Like, come on, bro.
You think this version of Charlo beats that Resendiz?
I never said that.
I'm just asking.
All I'm saying is that you're so conditioned by the PBC and bad promoting that you want to put Resendiz in the Kyron Davis position. He doesn't deserve a title shot after becoming the mandatory. He deserves another tough fight with Charlo.
That's a tough fight. I think he washes Charlo the way Charlo is right now.
And that's fine. You may think that. There was how many people called in yesterday to say how great his jab was and how he's got the best jab in boxing. I mean, I don't know what you know. You listen. I'm sure you heard them.
I mean, yes, it's fool's gold, man. Fool's gold. But that's my call, man. Keep it up, man.
If you're interested in calling in, Discord available, X Spaces also available. We got J in LA. J in LA. Going once. Jay in LA. Going twice. We got Vega, $2,000 to fight me.
You heard? Yo, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Good morning, this man. I swear to God, bro. This is the second time I go on vacation, and I felt like I missed live 2 great weekends. Now, I was able to watch some of the fights when I got home. I saw, oh man, I saw Kyron Davis be a punching bag, man. Yeah, I really thought if he used his legs, he could win. And it looked like he tried to, and as soon as he felt that power, bro, that body, he knew he couldn't do it. And my lord, was he a literal punching bag against Yo-Yo, man. That was yeah, I didn't like watching that, but shout out to Yo-Yo, man. That's the biggest 160-pounder I've ever seen in my life. Um, and I saw the Charlo fight, and I saw the Plant fight. Um, and I saw the Darius Fogan fight on Friday, man. That was a good scrap, man. Shout out to Ben getting that knockdown, bro. That was a real fight up in the air, man. A true 50-50, a fight I think that the odds makers got right when they made those odds, because that really came down to the wire. But onto the topic, bro. If I'm Resendiz, how could you not try to wait for that Canelo shot?
Really?
You can't go in there. Bro, are you serious? A
Wait.
Canelo paycheck? Are
But
you serious? How
but
could you not
but
try to
wait.
make your case
We
to see
talking
how things unfold?
we talking 18 months, bro. That's a long time to wait for a dude that
Wait,
gets
listen,
paid
but well, no, no, no. You
maybe
don't
a hundred
listen. You don't
thousand.
force Canelo. You can't force Canelo to make a decision.
I
You
know,
don't
but it's
remember
not about
WBC tried to do
forcing.
that with Triple G? He said, "Man, take this belt. I don't want it." You remember the IBF, the confusion with Oscar De La Hoya? Yo, that belt got thrown in the. That belt got took. IBF. Yo, you don't with Skull. No, I fight you when I want to. So you don't take the Benavides route. The
But that's
Lada
my
route,
point.
that doesn't work anymore. You
But that
say, "Excuse me, sir. You look very nice today. You're great. You're amazing. You're everything I want to be, sir. May I please have an opportunity, sir? Please." You put your head down. You don't make eye contact, and you beg. You beg in a nice way to where it's not pathetic, but still, you make your point across to tell Canelo he's the GOAT, he's the greatest, and hopefully he beats Crawford. He comes out unscathed, and the Chris Eubank fight ain't there. And he says, "Hey, I got to stay active. Hey, maybe I had a new surgery or something. I want to test it out on Resendes' face." Bam, May 2026. Let's get this Riyadh season money, bro. You have to. That is just too much money. You see these cats get these Canelos, bro. We haven't seen Jermall Charlo until Saturday, man. He was living life. Yo, come on, man. John Ryder took more than a year off to come back to get beat down. Probably because, bro, that Canelo money's different. Billy Joe Sanders is a heavyweight, and it's taking years for him to come back. Of course, he got his face broken, but you don't think he could have taken a tune-up, a couple tune-ups here and there? Nah, man, that Canelo check is different. You have to. You got to do everything you can in a very, very respectful, nice way. He doesn't like if you say something mean to get it, man. But I think PBC, the Resendiz has been on PBC shows for a couple of years. PBC is going to see what Charlo and Plant want to do. And if Charlo says, nah, forget the Plant fight. If Plant wants to move on, I definitely see them trying to make Charlo versus Resendiz. And they're going to make him wait again. So at the end of the day, I think he's going to be sitting on his hands. If he's smart, he tries to get with Warriors and Box Lab, say, let me get a fight in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Against some guy. Let's just put a guy inserted in the top 15. Wait, who got inserted in the top 15 out of nowhere? Oh, Jose Armando Resendiz. So it wouldn't be the first time they've done something like that. You know what I mean? You tell me what a Resendiz did to get ranked in the top 15 and get an opportunity at a Canelo check. Just be chosen. That's all it is, man. That's the whole point. You are chosen. You have to just do your job, clock in, you know what I mean? And say, yes, sir, yes, master. And then boom, you get opportunities. That's how boxing works. Professional boxing works. You don't cause no stirrups, or if you cause a stirrup, you get more people to click on your name. the Mexicans aren't going to play with, you shaming Canelo unless you have a big backing. Jose Resendiz is from some little small town in Mexico that no one probably can even pronounce, even in Spanish. So, yeah, man, that's what I see happening. He's going to sit in his hands whether he wants to or not, and he's going to get picked by Charlo, Plant, or Canelo, and he's going to have much of a say in it. Louis de Cuba Sr. is going to do what Junior says, and we'll see where it goes from here, I guess. Whoever chooses him, that's the way the game works, man. But yeah, man, another great weekend of boxing, bro. I rewatched everything for the most part, except for the Beck. I got to watch the Beck and Darius fight again. I saw the Khalil Cole. Shout out to him, man. America really needs a light heavyweight, another one. So I think he moves on to bigger and better things, bro. That's my time, bro. Appreciate you.
All right. Jay in LA trying you again. Jay in LA. All right, Jay. We got Trees, Toledo, Ohio. Don't forget to hit those retweets and reposts, hit those shares and thumbs up, man. We trying to grow. Trees, Toledo, what up?
What up, though? What up, though? Definitely hit that like button, man. But with this topic, man, I have to say, I definitely see my man Resendiz getting that Canelo fight. I ain't gonna bullshit with you. Like I just got to thinking of shit. My man was on that Canelo and Charlo card and shit like that. I got to thinking of him like shit. The motherfuckers know who he is. When they went to that Charlo fight, when they went to the Canelo and Charlo fight, you feel me? They watched him fight Elijah Garcia on that motherfucker. I'm sure he gained some more Mexican fans in the audience. You see me? That shit was a swing and bang contest. Elijah Garcia pulled it out and shit like that. But my man Resendiz, he was in the mix. Shit, you gain fans. You gain fanfare from that. Hell, if he don't get the Canelo fight, which I think he can get, hell, I could see him fighting Maul. Shit, him and Charlo in Texas. Why the fuck ain't that a viable option? You see me? You put that shit in Dallas or something, put that shit in Houston, wherever the fuck you go. You know that shit, that's a play. I mean, Resendiz just earned himself a check. I'm with the shits, man. Ain't no way to hate on nothing like that. You feel me? You done put your name in the mix with Plant, Charlo, or Canelo, motherfucker. You can't lose. Shit, I'm with the shits, man. Even the guy Bektemir who just got this win over Fulgham, he ain't put himself in the mix with no Canelo. He ain't put himself in the mix with no Charlo. Ain't nobody clamoring for no shit like that. We talking when we talking about Bektemir, we see that they trying to throw him in there with a Pacheco. You feel me? So it's like yeah, man. Shout out to Resendiz, man. He done earned himself quite a big bag, man. This shit done got serious for bro. I cannot lie. But my guy, Asles Iglesias, you feel me? El Tornado, he would like to get a fight, man. He's in the mix, man. Shout out to Ida Tiger and shit like this up there in Canada. Ryan, Six, wherever you at, man. You need to talk to somebody, man. Get that man an opportunity, man. We like El Tornado around here, man. He be putting motherfuckers in the world with and beating up on motherfuckers. David Morrell scurried up to 175 to avoid my fighter. I'm convinced. Motherfuckers talking about he went up there to get Benavidez. No, nigga, he running away from Asles Iglesias. El Tornado. You heard it here first. Morrell, he is still on your ass like a diaper rash. You cannot avoid that man. But hey man, man. Shout out to my guy Khalil Cole too, right? Man, you right, Vega. We do need another light heavyweight around this bitch, you feel me? To do our thing, to combat with motherfuckers like a Ben Whitaker and shit like this, you feel me? But yeah, man, that's neither here nor there. Shout out to my guy, the hangout spot, Johnny, man. That was a hell of a live you had with Champ, man. Brian Norman Jr. and the coach, man. You also had Najee Lopez in that thing. He was talking that shit. Ness, man. I don't know where she at, where she been. I see she sponsoring the shit. Shout out Serafina Management. Shout out to you. But we need to get Antoine Lunchman Jones on this show, man. I need that Najee Lopez fight for my fighter. You understand me? But shout out TBV. Shout out Toledo, Ohio. Lunchman Jones, man, it's time, bro. Get in the mix, man. We need that Najee Lopez scrap, man. I need big time violence from you, gang. But y'all be cool, man.
Alrighty then. So the question is, are we going to get Jay in LA? Jay in LA.
All right, now I'm hearing you. Can you hear me?
You know it.
All right. Sorry, having some X issues there, but got that taken care of. But yeah, I heard a very good comment earlier. One of the guys was saying that the way you get Canelo to fight you, you just got to hunt every single one of them down that he's fought and do it better. But let me ask you this. When Manny Pacquiao went up and fought De La Hoya, did he do it better than Floyd?
I mean, he had a different version of Floyd for sure. Different version of Oscar, bro. Oscar was an alcoholic, he said.
Nah, that's bullshit. That's straight bullshit. He was an alcoholic with Floyd too, and he literally went pretty much 1-for-1 with
that's
Floyd.
your opinion.
Let's be real.
He said on his documentary that for the Pacquiao camp, he was drinking the entire camp.
Yeah.
He didn't say that for the Floyd fight. So
Yeah.
your opinion.
Okay, so Ricky Hatton at his natural 140, not going up to 147. Did Pacquiao do him better than Floyd?
Did Pacquiao do him better? They both knocked him out.
No. But remember, there was a real fight for about a good 6 to 8 rounds. Then the ref started kind of separating the infighting, and then Floyd did get him at the end. I give him credit for that. But let's be real. Did Pac do him better than Ricky? Did he do Ricky better than Floyd? Yes or no?
I mean, I love Floyd's check hook, man. He knocked that dude into the turnbuckle, and he put him out. So
that is great. It is very good on him, but I mean, Pacquiao did it faster and better and more explosive.
But Pacquiao's career is in question, my dude. Like, where are those knockouts at? Ever since he got tested, he hasn't been getting knockouts. You're comparing fights that were in question. Those fights were the reason that Floyd requested drug testing.
Yes, but the thing is, we're looking at this. That was an excuse, and we all know it.
No,
he could have easily fought Pacquiao.
It's not an excuse.
Oh, man,
Where is Pacquiao's knockouts? You go to Malaysia and fight Lucas, and all of a sudden you can get a knockout? Where is Pacquiao's knockouts? What do you mean excuse? How many fights you got? Like, you sound crazy.
Okay, and Shane Mosley, right? Which one was better? The point is this, that not always if you go after the guys and do it better than the guy has to be a willing fighter. Canelo's not a willing fighter. Canelo's being a little bitch to Benavidez, and that's true. Just like other fighters that, even though you're fighting them better and doing better with the common opponents, they're still going to not fight you because they're worried that they're going to lose to you. And they're going to make all kinds of excuses, right, to avoid the fight, bullshit stuff that's never proven, have to pay out lawsuits because you libeled and were lying to avoid a fight, and you get proven in court that you were lying and have to pay out money. So Canelo's going to do the same shit, bro. He's going to keep doing this. And trust me, I'm a Mexican, so I'm not proud of this. Canelo's being a bitch. I'm straight up sorry. I mean, I know he's looking after his money, but he should be fighting for the best guys. And Benavidez is that higher target right now. There's no reason that fight shouldn't already happen right now. And again, he's just trying to avoid a very tough fight that he thinks he could lose. I personally think he can come up and win that fight against Benavidez. I think he can come up for that fight and bring out all his skill set to beat David. But he's just not willing to take that chance.
That's the bell, champ.
Yeah.
You dudes are weird, man. I wish it was like this for everybody. Because, you guys are stuck on Canelo not fighting Benavidez that's at 175. And no one stays stuck on Shakur not fighting Gary Russell, not fighting Josh Warrington, not fighting Cordina, all in 3 separate unifications. No one stays stuck on Tank not fighting Loma for 7 years, never fighting Devin, never fighting Tio. Where's the people that stay stuck on it? It's strange to me. Like, if we were just equal with all fighters, we would be in a better place. But you're not. You pick and choose. H-Town, what up?
What up, Ness? Can you hear me?
You know it.
H-Town, baby. Hey, you know what I hate about these Benavides fans, man? They're the dumbest fan base. They start with the Canelo's Ducky Benavides. December 2020, Canelo goes to 168. He's collecting the belts all the way to November 2021. You know, this is the time where Canelo could beat anybody. Everybody's saying he should move up to 190. He decides to go to 175 and try to fight Bivol. And then 2022, he loses. According to him, hurt knee, hurt hand. He does a touch-up fight with Triple G to come back. 2023, he is the Mando with Ryder, and he fights the undisputed Jermall, which the boxing community was calling for years, saying that this guy's going to beat the hell out of Canelo. He's too elusive, he's fast, he's a puncher, he's got everything wrong for Canelo. Fights this guy. 2024, they asked Benavides, hey, you're officially going to be the mandatory for the WC. Where do you want to be? 68 or 75? He says, I need a couple weeks to decide. He decides I'm going to 75. From the time that he fought Ryder to that, it was 10 months. You're telling me in those 10 months, Canelo's ducking Benavides. They're just where all these years people say he's been ducking him. It's crazy, man. He hasn't been in the division 5 fucking years. You know, that's wild, man. And Canelo is just a guy that's been a victim of clout chasing. That's all David's doing. Every time he says anything, he mentions Canelo. And when he could have stayed at 68 and fought Canelo, he decided to leave. The guy's going to 190, Ness. He's going to cruiserweight. But somehow it's still Canelo's fault. This guy keeps moving up. I mean, these guys are just stupid, man. I don't get it. Resendes is not going to get a Canelo fight. He's too young. Canelo's next fight is going to be probably Bud, and if Bud wins, it'll be Bud again. And if he wins that, then it'll be a trilogy. And then after that, they say if Canelo wins, just hypothetically saying he wins a trilogy against Bud, he wants to fight Bivol one more time. You're telling somebody like Resendes to wait 2.5 years to fight Canelo, possibly? Man, he's got a dumbness. I'm out.
All right. All right. We got Minute Maid. What up?
Yo, what's up, Ness? Can you hear me, bro?
Yes, sir.
Yo, hey, shout out to Resendiz, man. Fuck. It just dawned on me, bro. His win over Caleb Plant is much greater than the 200-pound Mexican monsters win over him. I mean, the dude threw more punches than David. He's an underdog. They brought him up in weight. It just makes David look more weaker than ever. Shit, shout out to Resendiz, bro. You're supposed to be a fucking cherry pig. You definitely wasn't one. You were a whole aguacate, bro. They thought they grabbed the cherry and as a fucking aguacate maduro. Dude fucking put hands on Caleb Plant, bro. He did it better than David, too. David looked like shit the first 6 rounds. But, you know, we call him the monster. Highly overrated, fat piece of shit. Jay in LA, I'm Mexican, too. So, Ness, I think my word counts better because I don't think Jay in LA can talk Spanish. I do sound like a fucking whitewashed Mexicano, bro. Fucking all that Manny Pacquiao fucking fried rice shit. Fuck Manny too. I don't know why the hell he's fucking coming back. Ain't nobody trying to see you. And then the dumbass WBC put him in number 5. Why? That's fucking dumb. I hate boxing, man. How you come back and you're number 5, bro? I don't think you can beat any of the top 10 fucking 140 pounders. That shit is disgusting. What is it? Yeah, 140, right? Or was it 47 where he's fighting at, Ness? 47, right?
47.
Yeah, bro, that is disgusting, man. Boxing is a joke sometimes. This shit is pathetic. Bro, stay in retirement. I mean, I hope Barrios knocks him the fuck out. Worse than fucking, what's his name, did Marcus did him. But I doubt it because, you know, Barrios didn't look that good his last fight either. But I see he got the mullet growing, so he a little bit more Texan now than he is Mexican. So he might win. He got that mullet power. Man, Resendiz, shout out to him though again, bro. You're definitely a cherry pick on wrong. You moved up in weight, and you beat Caleb Plant the same way, if not better than David did. I'm just saying it. I'm comparing it because one dude is 6 feet, 200 pounds, weight bullying the white boy, and the other dude was a small ass Mexican that got moved up that bullied the white boy. Shit, fuck all y'all David fans. Y'all ain't shit. Have a good one, Ness.
Alrighty then. Well, that was violent. Anybody else want to call in? Feel free. Now is the time. We are not having Olivia Curry as there was a miscommunication and the trainer thought I was scheduling him. So I wasn't prepared to interview the trainer. So, we had to reschedule that. Feed the streets, right? Is it streets? Yes, it is. What up?
You hear me?
I
Hey,
hear
what's
you.
up? Yeah, so hopefully, it's like you said, this can get he won't get that treatment that Tyrone Davis got. And speaking of Tyrone, I'm a little bit upset he lost. We used to train at the same gym. I was rooting for him. And just seeing him, play spoiler in his fight before this one, and then just not coming together in this fight is it's kind of sad to see, but hopefully he'll keep going forward and come back. But I don't know, man. Is is this just like what PBC does? Like do they just like if you spoil their plans, they just like shelf you? Is that just what they do?
Um, I don't want to say yes to that because there's just not enough data. But you know, they've
Yeah,
done
like
it. They've done it in the past.
yeah, man. I don't know. Um, I did want to kind of see the Caleb Plant versus Charlo fight, but I mean, hey, Plant lost, so it's kind of over for that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to call and keep the show running. I'll see you later, Ness.
All right, champ. Appreciate you calling in and extending, man. We need more callers. We had a great weekend too. Upsets are good for the sport. Resendes now becomes a name, and we're talking what's next for Resendes, which I want to see him in. What fight? Bones 13, $2. Somehow the show is turning into a David show. I mean, anytime you talk about Canelo, there's going to be people that are upset that he did not face David Benavidez, and that instead we're talking about a guy like Armando Resendiz getting an opportunity. They look at it like, damn, bro, why does Canelo consider all these guys except David? We just got to wait, man, and hope that, Canelo goes to 175. Then we can talk about that. I think that right now, while David left, he left, until Canelo moves up and puts himself in David's division. They're not in the same division. But listen, I don't like the way that X live video is looking. 106 people, that's nasty. That's not enough. That is not enough. Luckily, no one else has more than us, but that's not enough. We need those retweets, reposts. People, they don't know we talking boxing. It's got to be that. We usually get way better numbers on there, so go ahead and hit that retweet, repost. It's going to help with the visibility. We want to make sure that as many boxing fans as possible can see us over on our X, formerly known as Twitter, poll. Jose Armando Resendiz interim fight. Charlo next, 41.7%. Bektemir next, 16.7%. Plant rematch next, 41.7%. Wait on Canelo, 0%. no one looking like they want Resendiz to get a Canelo shot, regardless of how big this upset was. Shout out to him because, a guy like Rolly won, and people lining him up with the biggest names. So maybe his upset is bigger than Resendi's upset. Over on our community page on YouTube, where we got almost 250,000, I need your help to get to that. We're asking, will the WBA make this fight happen, or will Canelo slip away from Resendiz? 40% believe that Canelo fights Resendiz in 2026. 11% believe Canelo vacates that WBA title not to fight Resendiz. 35% believe that the WBA will just create a delay, allowing Canelo to slip away. 15% believe Canelo will be rematching Crawford after losing that first fight to Crawford in September. We got Living on the Water. What up?
Check.
Check.
Hello.
Yo.
What up, Ness? Morning. How we doing, sir?
Chilling.
Good, sir. Just to keep the show going. I think we gotta give a big shout out. I want to make sure I get the coach name right. Manny Robles was the coach, correct?
Yep.
For Lorenzi. Yo, he's the upset king, bro. Anytime he has a great game plan. He did it with Andy. He did it with Man. Who else he did it with? I know he upset someone else.
Romulo, a lot of people, bro. Romulo, Charles Martin.
Bro,
he done it.
Underrated. Wow, he underrated. He just knows the game plan. He gives confidence to his fighter. I don't know what was up with Plant, because Plant by the third round, his corner was telling him, is this something you got to say? Is this something you're not telling me? So even early in the fight, Plant wasn't looking right, and I just think he got his girl's pregnant. It's a lot going on. I don't think his head was in the game, but we need him still. Like PBC, don't be dropping him. Like keep him up. We need fighters like that. Plant's good he's a good character in the boxing world. But I just want to give out my flowers to Manny. Get Manny on the show. He's always a good interview too. You know what I mean? Like congratulations again on that big upset. This is good for boxing. I don't like the idea of waiting. I think the fighter should get active. Whoever PBC will give him, I think he should stay active and fight. Active fighter is a dangerous fighter, so I wouldn't want him to be. But you say PBC does shelf you if you win. So, and also big shout out to Yo Diablo. That Cuban. Who is this guy? Where they get this guy at? This guy's a monster. Huge. He looked really big, Ness. That's about it. But I really want to give my flowers to Manny. Like he's really doing a great job. And every time Manny I'm gonna throw my money on Manny. Anyone he has his fighter on, because it's always an upset. Thank you, sir. Enjoy the rest of your week.
All right, champ. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you.
If you want to call in, now is the time. We got some super chats to get to, giving you an opportunity to line your affairs and get ready to call in. We got East Mex. Ness, why does Bum Caller forgot that Canelo cleaned out the division and is now is fighting all the young lions? Canelo is a legend. Yeah, man, they don't like to give him credit for that, bro. I don't know why. Devil's Advocate, $2. Trees, get a new headset. Where he at? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know where Trees at, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got Demo. What up?
Yo,
what's
going on?
What up?
Shit, just riding through the Houston city, man. We lit right now. First thing first, Was there not a rematch clause? There's not. I wonder, is there a rematch clause? I don't know if you know. In that
Yeah, for the
Plant
Plant
fight.
fight, yes.
All right, because somebody just, I forgot who was just before me, but they had mentioned, in the corner how they were saying, Breadman was saying to him, like, is there something you're not mentioning? So maybe it's gonna come out. Maybe Caleb Plant wasn't. Well, even if it don't come out, because we know what type of person he is, I think he'll take that rematch, and he got to take that rematch because otherwise, it's gonna be like a long list, a long wait time after that to try to get back to either that fight or Canelo or Charlo, because what I think gonna happen, Canelo gonna fight Crawford. I believe Crawford beats him, so he got to do a rematch, and either he gonna do the rematch or he gonna retire. And then if he does the rematch and lose again, of course he gonna retire if he lose twice. So I don't think he'll ever get the Canelo fight again. So we're not gonna see Canelo Plant 2. Charlo probably won't get to it because of the rematch with Crawford. So I think if he Plant don't take this rematch with Resendiz, Charlo should take that fight. If not, Charlo moves on, fight whoever else in the division. He gonna kind of have to make his own stake, but he not getting Canelo either. Like, I don't think none of them guys are getting Canelo, because after this Crawford shit, he either gonna retire because he won or he gonna retire because he lost. I don't think he got nothing else left to do. Like, this Crawford fight is, everybody was already saying beforehand Crawford was too small and whatnot and all this. Now you got a lot of people who believe it, but still, what else do he got to prove after that? Like, it ain't nothing else to it. I don't think he'll go after that. But to the Charlo fight, he looked good. Obviously, we know Cornflake ain't the best, so you can't really gauge too much. But one thing for sure, with that kind of jab, he'd have been a problem for anybody that fought that night. Even Resendiz, because of the he gonna run directly into that jab trying to come inside. Now, whether he'd have been able to run over, bro, that's to be determined. But I don't think he would have. I think Charlo would have beat him down too, to be honest. But we'll see what happens after that. This Yo-Yo dude, man, when I heard, what was it, Hector Bermudez, ain't that his trainer's name? The guy that had came on, what was it,
Yep.
Friday, right after
Yep.
Breadman? Yeah. When every time he come on, I just be thinking like, man, this nigga here, he seems so cocky about his fighters. But then I go watch. Even after that, I forgot the other dude that do the shoulder roll. I was watching him last night too, just rewatching their fights. Man, them dudes are monsters coming out of that camp. Like, they monsters coming out of that camp. That dude was punching so hard. And every time he would even have any type of opening where you can take advantage, he coming back with something else to where you had to take a risk and punch with him. So it's like he baiting you to take that punch so he can get his off, but he's still super sharp, being, what is he, Cuban, Dominican, something like that.
Cuban.
But yeah, he nice. Yeah, he nice. I'm gonna follow that for sure. I mean, I think that's everything. Oh, man, Plant fucked up my ticket. Obviously, I had Charlo going over 8.5. I think it was over 8.5, and I had Plant to win the decision, but he fucked the ticket up for the weekend. But I mean, everything else should be working out. What we got next weekend, or it's too far ahead? Do we know what's going on there?
Yeah, we got Keyshawn big fight. He
Oh
got the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
weekend
yeah,
lit
yeah.
this weekend. He gonna be having a weekend popping.
Well, I save my picks on that because I got some shit to say about that. But I tap back in, man. H time represent.
All right. If you want to call in, now is the time. We're talking Armando Resendiz and what is next. Can he get a Canelo Resendiz fight as the WBA mandatory, giving him the biggest showdown ever? Or should he fight guys like Charlo, Plant Rematch, and others? Don't forget, if you're watching this on X Live streaming video, I need you to hit that retweet, repost. It's a must. It's a reminder that I need you to remember. We got Rayochenko. What up?
Hey,
Hey.
the boxing voice radio. Let's go, baby.
Let's
Shout out
go.
the community. Great weekend of fights. It's actually been a great few past weeks and months of fights, matter of fact. So boxing's back. Great to see. Lions only. Houston stand up. I mean, man, not much to say. I'm glad the upset did happen. It didn't happen in the fashion I thought it would. I thought it would be the co-main with my boy Lamana, but turns out it was the main event. So fuck it, let's roll with it. He's a new player, and I like it. And for the first time, I think I'm gonna have to agree with my boy Baby Joker. I mean, I liked his call. That's how I saw the fight. It was super interesting to see a small, little Mexican guy put up a tough, competitive performance against Caleb Plant. The same way David Benavidez, who's 6'3", 200 something pounds. I mean, he did the same thing. So it's like, damn, is he really that Mexican monster? Makes you question, Two-Tone loves to play this triangle theory. Well, there you go. Play it right there. Damn, is he really that Mexican monster? That's all I got. Shout out the community. Let's go. Boxing's back. And, Khalil Cole, he did his thing for sure, too. That was another fight where I was a little bit worried. I was like, oh, man, you going into the Lions Den. Look at the referee. He looks like he's already paid off, too. But, man, no need for no referee when you got a performance like that. So let's go. Shout out TBV. Let's go.
All right, champ. Quest, what up?
Yo. Yeah, man. Waiting on this bitch, man. Trying to get on all day. Nah, I'm playing. Shout out Ness. Shout out TBV. Yeah, I didn't really catch any of the fights on Saturday. Ness had a birthday. A lot of people had a birthday on that day. Even my girl had a birthday on that day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to watch what I could, man. But shout out to Ness again. Shout out to the birthday people out there. Yeah, I'm not even gonna speak on the fights because, like I just said, I didn't watch it. So I'm gonna try to catch it today or tomorrow. But I'm just gonna give you guys who they should fight in the future. Okay. All right. So Canelo Alvarez, since he's in the topic, he's gonna fight Bud. I do think he's beat Bud. I do think he beats him, and I think he's gonna retire in the next 2 years. So he only has like a couple or a few fights left. So I've given Bud. I give him he wants that B-Wolf rematch. So I think he'll rematch that. And after that, what's one more fight? I think 168. I feel like he'd either fight Belonga or maybe even Charlo. If Charlo comes back and gives us another good performance against a high-level opponent, because we all know Thomas Lamada wasn't that barometer we think Charlo can go. We think he can go higher than that. So maybe Charlo. I give Canelo Bud, Beagle, Charlo. Plant. He just lost, right? So I say rematch Resendes. Charlo. I give him Charlo. Hopefully get that fight. And another fight for Plant. If he beats Charlo, get Belonga. Those are 3 fights I want to see him. Rematch, Charlo, Belonga. All right, okay. Who's next? Charlo, right? So I think he should fight, right? Who's in the 168? Who's a player? And Billy, Skull, I just throw him out there. Plant, of course, give him Plant. We all know we want to see that Plant smoke. And Canelo, I do think Charlo gets a Canelo fight. It's all on Charlo at this point. How active does Charlo want to be? Does he really want that Canelo fight? Because I think Canelo gives it to him. Having 2 brothers on his resume looks pretty good. Beating these 2 very, very good brothers, that's a good resume right there. I'm not gonna come on here and say he's ducking anybody because we all know, and if you don't know, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna complain about it. Canelo's picking the fights he wants at the end of the day. We can't make him fight who we want him to fight. That's like Canelo coming to you and saying, hey, you see that big dude down the street? Go fight him real quick. So I want to see that. He's just not gonna move on us, But if you want to keep the show going, shout out Ness, shout out TVV. I'm out. Peace.
All right, champ. Appreciate you. And if you're trying to call in, now is the time. Right here on our live show on YouTube, we got a poll going. And should Resendiz take an interim fight? Yes, versus Charlo, 53%. Yes versus Bektemir, 13%. Yes versus Plant, 25%. No, wait on Canelo, 9%. I'm going to be real. Based off the Mexicans that Jermall Charlo has fought, he's what, 2-0 versus Mexicans? But both of them fights been kind of like, you know, he does his thing and he looks good, but those guys get to hit him. Jose Benavidez got to hit him, you know, a lot more effective than a Thomas Lamana. Fernando Montiel, Macias got to hit him, a lot more effective than a Thomas Lamana. Resendiz might be very tricky for Charlo. He's more aggressive than Benavidez Jr. because he's just more consistent with his attack and he doesn't have a bum leg. And then with Montiel, he didn't start at 47. So Resendiz could be a fucking challenge and a half for Jermall Charlo. People will be overlooking that, but that's just the truth. He's the naturally bigger man. He's fought as high as 175 about 6 or 7 times. He can be a problem for Charlo. He doesn't use a jab enough, but I don't know. Charlo's got a good jab. Can Resendiz actually slip that jab to get to Charlo? He started off slow with the Plant fight too, but I guess he knew what he had to do because he got that win. Malik, what up? New Orleans. Malik. James Payne lethal.
You call NO or you calling James Payne?
I called you because he ain't reply. I guess to say he's having connection issues.
Okay. It went blanked up for a second. The audio must be straight. So yeah, it's me, the ambassador of the great state of Tennessee. It's your boy James Payne, Mr. Lethal himself, and you know, like I know the best part of waking up TBV in my cup, man. Shout out to Folgers, but I'm a Maxwell House sipper, man. Hey man, y'all got the boxing talk going like always. I love it, and I feel it, man. Had a chance to watch the proceedings a couple more times from this weekend, man, and I just gotta say, man, every time I watch Resendes' performance, it gets a little bit more impressive, and that's why I'm trying to ask myself. So, like on the fight chat, I remember you were saying Resendes, you wanted to see him put more gas on because you feel like he could have ended the fight, but then it's like as I'm watching him, it seemed like he was the perfect blend of calm aggression. You know what I'm saying? He did just enough, and I mean, I thought it was close initially, but the more I watched it, I'm like, nah, man, that really, he showed separation right there, which really threw me for a loop because I didn't see that coming from Resendes. I know he wasn't on my radar at all. So I once again, I'm giving props to him in this count, and I hope, you know, they got some good things they can work with him, figure something out. I love to see him in the ring again before the end of the year. And Caleb Plant, once again, man, back to the drawing board. But I ain't throwing my guy away, man, because we don't throw him away, man. We just look for another lane, another point of entry, man. So, man, go back to the drawing board, heal, look, come back strong, Caleb, and let's get us another opponent, man, so we can see if these new things we're gonna be working on can be implemented. And we gotta get some work on the gas tank, because that's a big fucking problem. But I mean, there might be genetics too, so I don't know. But yeah, man, I'm gonna wrap up my call. I want to let everybody know, man, we got Mr. Jimmy Adams promotion tomorrow, Country Box. That's gonna be viewed on, I believe that's on Fight TV, if I ain't mistaken. But I'll have to double check and I'll shoot you the info on it next. And then we got another TCL event coming up real soon, and some other dates coming up real soon. Man, much love to the boxing gods and the boxing community, the boxing voice, the illest, trillest, dopest boxing podcast in the entire galaxy, man. I am James Payne Lethal, the blue collar bullet, about to check out, get back on that blue collar grind. I'm in that truck and this thing is whipping and running. Hey, man, I'm gonna holler at you, Liz. Appreciate you.
All right, champ. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to you. You know, living his dream, man. I remember when he called in, he said he just wanted to get more into boxing, and little by little, he got with 2 different promoters, start working with them. Sooner or later, he started announcing he doing Misfit shows, Creative League shows. Shout out to James Payne, man. That's what I'm saying. When you set your mind, but he's a Gemini, though. You feel me? When we set our mind to something, man, we say we want to do something, we going to get it done. Y'all got to do that, man. Be more like that. Get it done. Say you want to do something, do it. Do it. Shout out to James, man. I see you living your dream, bro. He manifested that. You got to love it. Got to love it. Listen, phone lines are open if you want to call in. Malik, trying you again.
Yo, you hear me?
I hear you.
Whoa, what's good, man?
Chilling.
Hey, happy belated birthday, dog. I know your shit was I know
Thank
your
you.
shit had passed, man. Gemini, man, my shit today, dog.
Let's go.
But hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I didn't think Resendes. I don't know him, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Who the fuck did he beat before Caleb Plant?
Nobody, probably.
I really don't know him.
Before that, his biggest win obviously is Jarrett Hurd.
All right, I heard of him. Shit. All right, man, that shit, he whooped Caleb ass, bro. He whooped Caleb ass out there, bro. But no, this is what I wanted to ask you, bro. What happened to the dude? What happened to the fighter that Breadman was talking about? He was saying that it was his fighter and they was gonna stop the dude or whatever. When is that fight? The other fighter he got.
He lost. He lost. Breadman fighter went the distance but lost. You talking about Tyrone Davis and Nelly Hernandez.
He was in the fight? It was good, like it was competitive type shit, or what happened?
Nah. Hernandez got real power.
Man, I gotta go watch it.
He
man.
was in the
Shit,
fight in the sense that he was there, like he was present, but he really couldn't do much. That power was too crazy, so he wasn't opening up.
Man, they had one fight I wanted to watch, man. They had some dude, he was standing looking crazy, man. He looked like Wilder, but I don't know the name.
Yeah,
I didn't know the
Hernandez,
name
that's
of that
him.
dude.
Everybody, I don't know why y'all saying that, but yeah,
Oh shit!
it gotta be him.
Hold on. That's the fight.
It gotta be him.
That's the dude he was gonna knock out.
A tall, dark-skinned Cuban with thin legs but big upper body.
He was talking about knocking that dude out.
Yeah.
Oh man, shit. Yeah, that's a tall task right there, bro. I ain't know I was confused. I didn't know he was talking about. Damn. Shit. He believe in that dude, bro. That's tough. I'm not gonna lie, man. That dude good, bro. That dude fucking good. Hey, where he fight at 160 or 168?
160.
Man, give him Resendes, man.
Resendes is at 68, homie. Interim champ, 6'8".
I thought he fought at 160 before. He never fought at 160?
Nah.
He ain't ready for Charlo, man. You can't give him Charlo.
Let me see. Resendes.
I think Charlo looked too damn big, bro. Charlo looked like he
fought Jarrett Hurd at 160. He fought, but that was 2 years ago, bro. 2023 April.
Man, homie looked like he was way bigger than 160, man. That dude looked way bigger than Resendes in that ring, man.
You talking about Plant look bigger?
That dude, no, Hernandez. Hernandez looked way bigger than 160.
Yeah, but he 160 though. It don't matter what he looked.
Man, that rehydration look crazy. That's crazy, bro. Because Resendes don't look no bigger than Hernandez, but he acting like we can't put that fight together, man. That'll be the one.
Why would Resendes move down when he got an interim title, the mandatory shot at Canelo, I'm just saying, y'all be want to see fights, and I get it. I get y'all want to see fights, but like at the same time, you know what I mean? Like at the same time, it's like a fighter's in position. Like even if y'all think he can't get the Canelo fight, bro, people gonna offer him fights to get that Canelo shot because like Berlanga fight him and becomes the interim, he will get a Canelo shot. It depends who you are. So yeah, Berlanga might offer this guy a fight to get that belt because he know that's gonna give him a shot. Look, they gave Berlanga a belt the last time and he got a shot at Canelo, bro. Like this the way it goes, man. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Consejero, what up?
Hey Ness, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I don't see that fight happening. I mean, as much as I would love to see that fight. It's like what that one caller said. If he loses to Bud, it's going to be a rematch and then a trilogy if Canelo wins. But if Canelo wins, right, he's on that Turkey contract. So I see him, right. I think Turkey's going to want to push for Eubank or Shiraz, right, and on the other side, I mean, I get wanting that Canelo payday, but I mean, Canelo already came out saying he's going to retire after that Turkey contract. So if I were to send these, I'm like, I can dethrone the king, just let him retire, right, and build myself up in the 168 weight class. So I mean, it's like, why even take that chance? I mean, you don't even have to take that chance, right? Because there's, that fight's not going to happen, right? And I don't see Canelo facing somebody, a Mexican who has a chance to dethrone him, right? I mean, when he fought Munguia, I mean, Canelo was more in his prime, and Munguia was coming up, right? But you got Resendiz, who's from Mexico, like, he's a Mexican, so I mean, he has the chance to be the next dude, right? Especially in that, given that he's in Canelo's weight class. So I mean, we'll see, man. What fight do you think would make you say for the Sendies a star is born, right? In his weight class, right? Because it was an upset, but for a fight to make
Bro,
him say
he
a star
beats
is born,
Charlo. He beats Charlo in his weight class.
yeah,
Star is born. He beats Berlanga in his weight class. Star is born. He beats Munguia.
exactly, right. So he's in a perfect opportunity, right? And I mean, shoot, I mean, I can, if he keeps winning, why not have him and Virgil, right? Virgil Ortiz.
I mean, Virgil's at 54, champ. This guy's 2 divisions above that.
2 divisions, but I mean, wouldn't? But I heard, I mean, Virgil was even open to fighting Canelo, right? Wouldn't he just go up?
Man, Canelo represents $5 million to $10 million for most
Yeah,
fighters.
yeah, okay, yeah. So we'll see, man. I'm excited. Yeah, I would love to see Charlo, any of those dudes in that weight class. I don't want to see a rematch. Like, come on, right? I mean, who wants to see a rematch with Plant? I mean, it's going to be the same thing. But yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's my call, Ness. Thank you. Shout out TPV.
You the man, you the man, you the man. Guys, don't forget, this evening we're going to have Sabril Matias. That's confirmed. And Dorian Panterita Mendez. Get your questions in because first come, first serve basis, as you know. And if you're watching this on YouTube, smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, click the notification. Listening on X Spaces, retweet, repost, quote retweet, and I'll retweet you. I'm getting close to what, 24,000 these days over there on X. All my good people on Twitch, what it do, holla at me. Make sure y'all help me get to that goal. I need 100 followers on Twitch right now. I'm nowhere near that. I'm short. Let me see what we got. We got 79 out of 100, man. So if you haven't already subscribed, followed my Twitch, go ahead and do so. We are live streaming, simulcasting on X Spaces, on YouTube, on Discord, on X live streaming video, on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? We that one-stop shop to talk boxing. You know? So help us grow, bro. That's what we trying to do. We're taking callers on Discord and X. So if you want to call in, now is the time. Over on Discord, looks like we got J. Will in Ohio.
What's up, Ness? Solo Dolo today, huh?
Scarface no Manolo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, man. About this weekend, I've been well, first, I'm gonna own up to my title as the Canelo hater. You know what I'm saying? And I've been letting y'all Canelo shows live lately with the Canelo versus Bud shows that's been popping up lately. I've been listening, but just, haven't been calling in. I just want to let y'all Canelo fans enjoy the moment, right? But today is just like, it's a lot of weirdos calling in, man. And it's just like the lengths that I'm gonna start with Jermall and Plant first. Then I'm gonna finish with the Canelo bullshit. Jermall and Caleb, I think they both look bad this weekend. I mean, obviously Caleb Plant looked bad, but I still think Jermall didn't look good. He looked lethargic with his punches. His jab was effective, but I mean, look who he was using the jab against. Yeah, I think Jermall definitely loses to Resendes. I know I'm probably messing up his name. He definitely loses to the boy that beat Plant. He might stop Jermall. I mean, Jermall looked like he had a fat camp. When I looked at the weigh-in, it looked like he just had a fat camp. He didn't look good for real. The next time Jermall fights anybody of any kind of decent caliber in that same condition, he loses, unfortunately. That was nowhere near the Jermall that beat Julian Williams or whatnot. So Plant did look a little off. But I'm gonna go ahead and transition to the crazy Canelo talk with the whole reaching. Oh, Resendes beat Plant much better than Benavidez did. Benavidez is not no monster. I mean, I'm not sure if those same Canelo fans watched the Plant versus Canelo fight. Prior to Plant getting stopped with that one punch in the 10th or 11th round, Plant was in far more control than he was that whole fight than he was the Resendes fight. So, y'all Canelo fans need to just chill, man. Like, they're never going to fight. Canelo didn't want that Benavidez fight. I guess me being a Canelo hater, I can say for good reasons. Benavidez was a much bigger dude, much younger dude. Canelo has been fighting a lot longer. Canelo didn't feel the need to do that fight. Whether you call that ducking or what, I mean, Canelo didn't want that fight. You don't got to disparage Benavidez because your man Canelo didn't want that fight. Y'all Canelo fans, y'all gonna be better than that instead of being little stands wearing Canelo panties, bro. That's just it's getting old at this point, man. And y'all the ones that make hardcore fans like myself not like Canelo, or I like Canelo, but just make me call in and have to say the truth about Canelo. That Canelo was nowhere near the same amount of control as Resendes was if you want to compare the two fights. But yeah, man, good show, Solo Dolo today, Ness. Man, that's my.
He's knocked out. What a shot!
You the man, J. Will, Ohio. Stand up. Phone lines are open. We're almost at. We're only at 318 thumbs up on YouTube. Nasty. I wish we had 300 retweets and reposts on X live video and spaces, though. You know what I'm saying? Over on our poll on Discord, Jose Armando Resendiz, best move. Wait for Canelo, still a whopping 0%. Fight Charlo, 50%. Fight Beck the Bully, 25%. Rematch Plant, 17%. And fight M. Billy, good old 8%. 8%. Phone lines are open if you want to call in and voice your opinion on today's topic. Resendiz with the upset of the year. Now the WBA interim titleist which makes him the WBA mandatory challenger to Canelo Alvarez, but WBA won't be calling any mandatories for at least 18 months as part of their rules. Will the WBA enforce that mandatory for an all-Mexican showdown with the younger, more aggressive Mexican in Resendes? We got Pat Bandero, UK, to this day.
What it do? What it do? You hear me?
Yes, sir.
A shout out to the community. Yeah, man, was a good night on this weekend of boxing. Yeah, we got into the topic. I don't think Resendiz will have the Canelo fight because I'm not sure what Canelo since he's since he did what he did now with his stature, Resendiz doesn't bring anything to Canelo, doesn't bring anything on the table. And to be honest with you, and I'm not a Canelo hater, but Canelo said that Benavidez at that time wasn't bringing anything to the table to him. So if he stick to his word, he shouldn't get the Resendiz fight either. But if, in my opinion, Resendiz should get the Charlo fight if possible, because he has a really good chance to beat Charlo at this stage. I've looked a little bit in Charlo's fight history. He didn't fight many like elite Mexican, so like Mexican that go to the body. So I think Resendiz has a really good chance at this stage to win against Charlo. So if I'm Resendiz, I would choose the Charlo's way, and there will be another name on his on his record. If he's got Plant and Charlo on his record, you know what I'm saying? So his price is going really, really up. So yeah, I think that's what I would do if I were him. But yeah, man, I was just calling to tap in, and I keep listening, my brother.
Let's go, Bandero.
Let's go.
All right. We got Jay August.
Yo.
What up?
Sound check. How I sound?
Coming through.
Oh, that's good. I appreciate that. Morning, sir. Happy belated birthday to yourself. How you doing this morning?
Oh, man, I'm good. Glorious Monday morning, getting these steps in. How about yourself?
Oh, man, I'm right there with you. I'm getting the steps in. I work for UPS. I'm a delivery driver, so I get like 10,000 steps a day without trying.
Let's go. Shout out to you.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And I'm getting paid while I do it too, so that's a nice little perk.
Word.
But Topic, yeah, I think Resendiz, I don't think he should wait around for Canelo. I mean, you yourself, I've heard you tell other fighters, don't wait for Canelo, build your own legacy. Other callers have already stated, like, Canelo's already got his track. He's on the star track. He's gonna fight Bud. If he beats Bud, rematch. If he loses to Bud, rematch. If he beats Bud, he could fight Jermall Charlo. He could fight rematch Bivol. He's not gonna be thinking about Resendiz. Didn't he also say that he wasn't gonna fight any more Mexicans? Didn't Canelo say that?
I don't know, because remember, he fought Munguia.
Okay, he fought Munguia, but so we can't take him for his word. But
yeah,
I think no. If he didn't want to fight Benavidez, just like you said, Benavidez didn't bring enough to the table. So what's Resendiz going to bring to the table? Canelo already has that built-in excuse.
Yeah, but so remember, he fights guys. According to the haters of Canelo, he fights people that he doesn't perceive as a risk. So if Resendiz is like Berlanga, brings in the Mexican demographic.
Resendiz is too much risk. He's too much risk, not enough reward. Berlanga brings in the Puerto Rican demographic, the New Yorican demographic, the Latino Urbano star demographic.
Does Resendiz beat Berlanga? Because you're saying he's risk. Like, he fought Berlanga.
That's actually a good fight. I would love to see Resendiz versus Berlanga. That's actually a good fight for Resendiz to try to pursue. I don't think he should pursue Canelo. I think Resendiz has you remember if you played Fight Night, You get to the championship level, you get options. You get to fight fighter A, fighter B, fighter C. I think Resendiz has those three options in front of him. He could rematch Plant. Plant, like a caller said earlier, Plant, you know what I'm saying? He was never a dominant champion. His wife's pregnant. He got a pregnant wife at home. It could have just been like, he didn't get up for the fight. You know what I'm saying? He might have overlooked Resendiz. They were already building up his fight with Charlo. He was probably overlooking Resendiz. So I think Resendiz could also, he's the champion. You got to give the champion his rematch, right? You know what I'm saying? He might have a rematch clause. So you got that. If not, fight Charlo, who's also the other champion in the division. That's a big fight. He's probably food for Charlo, to be honest, because Charlo's big. Charlo got that big 1-2 straight down the middle. That could fuck Resendiz up. But either way, those are the big fights for Resendiz. I don't think he should wait around for Canelo.
All right. I'm actually with you. There's so many fights for him. The Berlanga fight is probably the best fight for him. And it's equally, enticing for Berlanga. It puts him in that mandatory position, which for him would actually mean a mandatory, right? The Keller Plant rematch, if Plant really wants it, because it looks like Plant's going to need some rest time. And for Resendiz, you don't want to be on Plant's time. They need to treat you, like the A side. You don't want to be the B side to Plant again, waiting on him and his recovery and when he wants to get back in the ring after licking those wounds, right? I'm trying to get Resendiz promoter on, but I don't know that it's going to be a on the fly type of thing more than I have to set it up. If you're trying to call in, now is the time. You can call in via Discord or X Spaces. I got Tip Bellis on the show. Tip. Tip. All right. We going out to Laugh Out Loud Pillow.
Yo, what up, Nash?
What up?
What up, y'all? What up, TBV? So, yeah, man, I'm gonna get straight into it. I'm listening to all these callers, and it's kind of sad because this is a boxing channel, and we got a lot of hardcores, but we got people that don't know shit about the sport. People don't know shit about the sport. I haven't heard one caller say a good take on what actually happened this weekend on this beautiful Saturday with this upset with Resendiz, right? The case is Caleb Plant, he should change his name to Pillow Fist Plant. He's a pillow fisted fighter. He never actually beat anybody that was good. He beat McCumbee in his last fight, a fighter that was coming off a huge layoff, and he got dropped like 3 times. Like, what's up with this? He got dominated by Canelo, didn't even put a bruise on him, throw his baby jabs until he just got tired and got beat up. And then he got thrown around the ring by Benavidez, looking like a kid running from a bully. Like, this dude is not good, bro. I get it. Y'all like him because he's swaggy, right? He's a cool dude, right? That's why y'all like him. But in the ring, he's food. Like Resendiz, and now they're making it seem like this guy Resendiz is his boogeyman when he just got stopped by Elijah Garcia, who got beat by Kyron Davis, who just got beat up like a piñata this weekend. So it's real nasty. Like, Plant was never this good fighter. and Resendiz just exposed that. And now Resendiz is this boogie. Resendiz ain't that boogeyman either. He will get beat by Charlo, and I hope that's the direction he goes. He had it right. He had it all figured out after the fight. Resendiz called out Charlo. That would be a great fight to see next, to see what level these guys are really on, to see if Charlo is really back, see if Resendiz is really that guy, or just Caleb Plant just trash. Like, I'm sorry to tell y'all, I know y'all like Plant a lot, but this is the fight game. You got to have power. You can't just throw a left hook over and over and over and think that's gonna hurt somebody, especially these hardcore Mexicans. That shit ain't gonna hurt them. Resendiz eating that shit like some ice cream. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on now. I know this is gonna get some people mad on the community. Y'all need to start calling in, back up your boy Plant. Cause to be honest, he's trash. I'm not gonna say he's trash. He's like a sparring fighter. You know what I mean? He'd probably be good in sparring with that jab, jab, jab. But when it comes to real fight and you trying to really take his head off, he don't got that. He just don't have it. And I think you know what I'm saying, Ness, because you got an eye for the sport, right? But these other dudes, man, it's sad, you know? And Canelo versus Resendiz, that's like little brother versus big brother. You know, we don't really want to see that. But it's at the point where Canelo is so good that even these guys that should be on his level, we already know he's just gonna beat them. So it's like people got to put respect on Canelo's name because the level he's on is just unbelievable. You know what I mean? The only people we want to see him fight are Benavidez and Bivol because that's the only people we think could beat him. Everybody else, he just runs right through him. So the Canelo disrespect is out of control. We do not want to see him beat up on his little brother Resendiz. You know what I mean? That's not what we want to see. That's not what we want to see. So I hope this call inspires some of y'all Plant fanboys to speak up and y'all Canelo haters to speak up. Let's get this show going.
Dropped and stopped.
All right, champ. All righty then. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. We got about 170 on X live streaming video. I need you to hit that retweet, repost. Got about another 800 on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up and that notification bell. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do so. Right now, we just gained one more subscriber. We had 241,149 and counting. You know what I'm saying? They don't quit. We don't stop. Let's go, Tip Bellis. What up?
Yeah.
What
Can you
up?
hear me?
We hear you.
Yeah, man. Shout out to, I don't know who that was. Two
Pillow?
callers ago.
Oh.
No. Before Pillow. It was before Pillow.
Jay Will from Ohio?
Yeah. It was Jay Will. Shout out to Jay Will, man. You know, the truth of the matter is, you know, Demetrius Andrade is being blackballed. I mean, you can say it's the networks don't believe in him, or you can say it's his age. That you know that's a fact at this point in his career. But the fact of the matter is, managers know Demetrius Andrade is too much of a high risk, and there's really no reward. And they did him dirty when he got served up to David Benavidez. They did him dirty when he got served up to David. You know what I'm saying? Because now people think that, because Demetrius Andrade lost to David, which I think the majority of, you know what I'm saying, other fighters at 168 lose to David Benavidez. Niggas want to throw him away. You know what I'm saying? That is a fighter that's being blackballed. That is a fighter that's a high risk and right now a low reward that, you know what I'm saying, promoters and managers just don't want to put their fighter in with. You know what I'm saying? That's the real threat
So
at
you just talking
168
about
right now.
anything today. You just changing the subject. That's what's going on.
Hey, hold on, bro.
I'm just trying to figure it out. I was lost. So I didn't know where you at.
No, I just had to get that off. I had to clear it up, you know, some for the people. You know, some just don't understand this sport, Ness. So I just got to clear it up for them. Just got to clear it. You know, when we talk about fighters being blackballed and all that, we got to throw Andrade in that list. But you know what I'm saying?
You know, we've been here before though. Like it happened to Rigondeaux, who was a greater fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like you It happened to Klitschko. Like, you got to be on your. Damn, bro. This dude wildin', bro.
Nah, but you gotta think about it. People be like,
Cut
oh
it,
man,
cut it,
oh,
cut it, cut it.
oh,
Hey,
dude.
hey, Chico, man, why you doing this to this guy, bro? We be needing this guy to keep the show going. You could be sending $50 worth of counter punches or something. You cutting the dude that want to talk boxing, but I hear you. And you got to remember, Demetrius ain't even a PBC guy. He gangbangs for him. But damn, Chico with the knockout, man, knock Tip out. It's crazy, man. Tip. We be needing Tip, man. Keep the show going, man. Army Mike, what up? Y'all better supplement. Where y'all at? Y'all better step up.
Popped, dropped,
And stopped, man. Why they do that to my boy? Mike, what up? Mike, what up? Mike having issues, man. He got a Bluetooth, nasty little Bluetooth. That's what that is. Mike, what up? I hear you. Just talk right there. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Champ, you muted yourself again. You're Giza channel with the $5. Resendiz versus Andrade. I'd love it. Spice this up then. Boo Boo versus Charlo. Also, Ness, what do you think of Yo-Yo versus Mosley Jr.? I don't think Mosley Jr. would do it. What up? Yo, Yo-Yo's gonna be a problem to get him a fight.
Yo, what's up, Ness? I can hear you now. How you doing?
We good.
All right. Hey, I love them. I love them fights this weekend. You know, there was some pretty good fights. Caleb Plant. That's the first thing I wanted to touch on. Is like I could see Caleb Plant being like the next like the gatekeeper. He's got a great name, and you know, and he's fought some good fighters. We've seen him look good against people like Canelo. But like I can see him being like the next, like the Gabe Rosado. Gabe Rosado said he's the greatest gatekeeper there is. Maybe isn't Gabe Rosado the same weight as Caleb Plant?
Yeah. Gabe Rosado's the same way as Plant, but he's been inactive. He's been calling for the Belonga fight though.
Right, he's been calling for fights. I'd love to see him and Caleb Plant fight. You know, yeah, I think that could be a good fight. You know, they're both they both have big heart and they both come out there to fight and put on a show. And so, you know, I think it would be a good fight for the fans. But yeah, you know, and then Charlo, I thought he looked good this weekend. You know, I could see him still getting that. You think he can still get that Canelo fight?
Yeah, with another decent win, why not? You know, fight Resendiz. You know, like that's the perfect setup for the green print. You beat Resendiz and call out Canelo. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good too, because he looked good. He did what he needed to do. He wasn't overactive, but he did what he needed to do, and he put on some pressure when he needed to, and he put a hurting on Cornflake. You know. But yeah, I would like to see him get the Canelo fight still. I like the Charlos, and
Floyd Money Mayweather TBE. My bad.
Oh no, it's all good. But you know what I think is most attractive that Charlo has is he's got that O still.
Yeah.
And you know,
and for
Canelo want to
Canelo,
come and try to get that.
For Canelo, one of the callers already brought it up. You know, it gives you an opportunity to beat on brothers.
Exactly, yeah.
He beat
he was supposed to be the original one in the plan.
He beat the Cotto brothers, and he could be beating the Charlo brothers, you know? He beat the Smith brothers already. Listen, I got my interview here and now.
Shout out to you. Thanks, Ness.
All right, champ. Appreciate you. Ali, what's up, brother? Let me bring you in. How are
Man,
you?
what's going on, man?
Oh, chilling,
Appreciate you
chilling.
having me.
No, man, thank you for giving me the opportunity to get you on and tell your story. I'm very excited to do that, really impressed with what you've been able to do. So, yeah, man, first and foremost, this is Ali Benjamin. He is a boxing trainer, fitness instructor, gym owner, entrepreneur, now turned promoter, which is really what struck
hmm
my intrigue, man. I love seeing young promoters. I think that there is obviously a void in those club shows. If you can put them on a certain level, there's a lot of people that can't make it to a DAZN, a Salida and things of that nature, man. So giving these guys that are starting, the 0-0 fighters, the 2-0 fighters, an opportunity to move is
Yo,
pretty dope, man. So, yeah, I wanted to get you on and just talk. You just did a show, and I believe you have another one coming up, no? Or that was the one you sent me was your
yep.
previous show, right?
Yeah, no, I just had a show. I got one coming in a little bit in December. We're gonna do 2 a year to start, just putting it all together. But I just had one not this past weekend, but the weekend before, on Memorial Day weekend, right here in the Bay Area. We had about 1,600 people come out for our first show, so that was pretty big for us. At a venue right over here, we had 10 fights, all local fighters. We brought some guys in from other states, but all the main guys were local guys. A few guys from my gym, and then a lot of other guys that we the Bay Area prospects, basically.
Now, for those that don't know, you founded Elite Underdog Promotions. Why Underdog Promotions?
Man, just because for me, what's missing in boxing is that 50-50ness, that those 50-50 fights, and
Mm-hmm.
really giving the underdogs a shot. Giving the underdogs a shot with fair matching, fair judging and fair, just work and fair pay, and really just giving guys opportunities that they're not getting elsewhere. When you go to these big shows, everything's stacked up against the B-side guy. And so, at the end of the day, boxing. I'm a boxing purist. I love the sport. I love all the great fights that got us excited over the decades. And I'm trying to bring that to the club level show, and then build them up and bring them to that next level.
For sure, man. And I love, like I said, your motto of being aimed at the up and coming talent and quote unquote the next generation of fighters.
Uh huh.
How was, now that it's all said and done, you're about, well, actually not even a month out. You're just a couple days, weeks out from your last show, May 24th. Has have you been able to like settle in and just see whether or not things worked out, what mistakes you feel you made, and what things you would change?
Absolutely, man. The first one, it was a roller coaster, man. Like it was a lot of learning on the job. I luckily I got a great business partner, Juan Sanchez. He's kind of the financial guy. I'm the money. I'm the boxing guy. And so we were learning on the job. We had a couple mishaps here and there. We tried to bring our own ring in, and then that got stuck up at with the dock with the tariffs and all that. And then we just had a couple little
Oh
missteps here
wow,
and there, but at the
I want to hear that story. How long of a delay did that impose on your ring?
45 days. 45
Wow.
days. So we had to go rent a ring, and like our ring was dope. It had the logos and all it was sick. It was like really some fly shit. And so we got a ring, ended up getting it, and it ended up working. But just little things, man. Just the medicals and this, that, and everything. Just putting it together and just budgeting correctly. But at the end of the day, it was a success. And a lot of people lose on the first one. We made some, so that's good. and we learned a lot, and we know what we got to do for the next one. And most importantly, the fans, the feedback was, man, this is the best show I've been to on a club show. Even the commission was like, man, this is really you guys' first show. Man, you guys got it together pretty well. And so the feedback and the fights were amazing, so that's really what we're trying to get. We're trying to get the fans, and we're trying to give the fighters what they want.
For sure, for sure. So you're based out of the California area? You're from the Bay
Yes,
Area yourself?
I'm from the Bay, man. I lived in LA for some time, but I'm back in the Bay for like the last 7 years, and I grew up here. And I boxed as a kid, and I boxed in out of our garage, and I always had to go travel to spar. We used to always have to go far because where I'm at in the Bay, it ain't really no boxing because we in the suburbs. And so I built a gym out here, knowing that when I was a kid, I just wanted a gym nearby. I just wanted something in the community, and so I'm building boxing in the community. I got a big amateur team. I got a good professional team as well, and it's called Benjamin's Boxing. I know Arms is a friend of the show. He be up here a lot. And yeah, man, we just building things through the community here at Benjamin's Boxing, and Elite Underdog Promotions is just an extension of that, and helping these fighters make that transition to the professional game.
Yeah, man. How many years have you been in that community?
I've been in this community, man, altogether from being a kid
Well,
and
I mean,
then
as a
being an
trainer.
adult.
As a trainer.
Oh, as a trainer, 7 years, 7 years
Okay.
training, 7 years. Yeah, I've had the gym for about four years before I was working at other gyms and stuff. But yeah, man, I've been building it up. Man, I started really hard. Like I was going before COVID for sure, but like I started really picking up steam in COVID, and so I was outside with it. Like for the longest, my gym was a tennis court where I built a freaking outdoor boxing ring out of Home Depot buckets and all
Wow.
sorts of ropes and shit, and just made it work with the team that I had. And then when everyone was inside, we was outside, and it kind of, because everything shut down, it kind of made shit bubble even bigger. And so then it transitioned me to being able to open the gym in early 21.
That's nice, man. That's great. COVID forced everybody to shift. Those that were able to pivot and become entrepreneurs certainly took off. So that's amazing news, man.
Thank you.
So I wanted to know, like, what caused you to become a promoter, right? Obviously, you went from boxing fitness instructor to boxing trainer. What was it that you said, you know what, let me just put on my own show? What made you, what was the motivation behind that?
You know what, man? I've always been an entrepreneur. That's first off. Like before boxing, I was always an entrepreneur. And when I see a void in the market, and I just see that my fighters don't get the fights that they deserve, I want to give them better opportunity. That really was the motivation. Like it's hard getting club level fights. You got to wait around. You got to go to Mexico. You got to do this. You got to do that. And it's like, if I can find a way to give my guys and guys in my community a fight, and also make some money while doing it, then shit, why not? And also, I just saw that at the club level shows, there's just a lot of bad shows, a lot of either one-sided shows, poor production shows, just not up to par, not what I would want as a boxing fan. And so I thought I could do it better.
So talk to us about this upcoming show. You're saying you're going to plan it for December. Do you already have the
Yep.
date and venue, or is this still in the works?
It's still the date's December 6th. The venue's TBD. We're probably going to be in Oakland with the show, and it's going to be at a big venue. We're going to have about 1,500 people up in there, and we're still looking for streaming partners and all that. So that's something that's still up in the air. And we're going to keep it pretty much the same as we did it. We're going to, get some great local fighters on there. We're going to bring in some guys from out of the state, and then we're hopefully going to have a big splash with a main event. So I'm working on a bigger name for the main event, but we're definitely
It's
going to be
funny. It's
having
funny.
us.
It's funny you trying to keep
Huh.
that a secret because I was thinking since he's from that area, he just had a fight like in Africa. Is Amari
Amari Joe.
Jones? Is he even an option, or is that like out of budget? This is only your second show. I understand. Which is a two-part question. How are you paying these fighters on this level? Like, if somebody wanted to fight for you, what can they expect? Is this a sell tickets, that's how you get paid type of setup, or did you figure it out and find a way to make it work for the fighters in a different way?
Yeah, no, good question. I like to give them something guaranteed and then ticket percentage on the upside. So, something guaranteed so they know they got something fair, just, in case the tickets don't move like they thought they would. And then they get a percentage of the tickets on the upside. And, guys, they were telling me, A and B side guys, man, you got this. I like this better. I like this, so I think, guys, it's favorable to the fighters for sure. And then it's low risk for us because it's on you. You want to hustle and get some money and sell some tickets and help us out, then you gonna get your purse bigger. So that's really what it is. And then we're giving like those real big name guys the option to sell their merch at the event, and they're making good money on that as well on top of their purse. So yeah, we're just getting creative with it. And then back to Amari. I think Amari's got something in the works. I don't want to say too much, but he's got something big in the works. That's why we haven't reached out to him. I'm pretty close with the Lions Den and them, so when the time is to come, I would love to have Amari headline at my show.
All right. Obviously, your next generation of fighters event showcased stars like Willie Shaw and Sergio Gonzalez. So, who would you say is the fighter you're betting on could be a world champion?
Kyle Lockenlally. Kyle Lockenlally was a co-main. He outsold everybody and outperformed most. He's 5-0, Filipino cat from the Bay, from San Ramon, so from where the gym's at. He trains out of my gym. And he really just has the support. He's got the skill. He's been boxing since he was 6 years old. He's got the amateur pedigree, plenty of national experience, and an exciting style, an explosive combination puncher, good counter puncher, great jab. But likes to fight. I gotta tell him, man. Let's set it up. Let's box, man, because he want to go out there and give the fans what they want all the time. But he really showed a lot of progression in this fight. And then this one's just starting out, but she had an explosive knockout in the female division in the first round against a girl that's never been stopped, never been dropped, and that's TRA Womack, Sugar T as we call her. And in the women's division, we know, you can move a lot faster up the ranks. And she's something special and has that power that is God given. So I'd say those two.
You're building the next generation of fighters. If you could steal one trait from legends like Muhammad Ali or Tyson and give it to your fighter, what would be the trait you steal and who would you give it to?
I would say it'd just be the mental understanding in and out the ring of Muhammad Ali, and I give it to all my fighters because that shit that right there, because to be able to market, to be able to then be so mentally tough that you can't get stopped, you have so many ways to win a fight and to get into your opponent's head before the fight even starts, that's something that you can't teach, and is more valuable than anything. That will with the skill is undeniable.
obviously the Bay Area isn't known as this hotbed for boxing. So what would be your like dream event? I'm talking think big. What as a promoter, what fight would you love to host in the Bay that you can feel like you're gonna say, yeah, I brought boxing back?
So if I could have any fight, so a venue we talking or a fight
Your
like
dream
fighters?
event. Your dream event.
My dream event, I would say we would we bring Andre Ward back to fight Canelo at the freaking
Okay.
at the 49ers stadium, 70,000 Levi Stadium, and put my guys on the undercard. That's my dream event, man.
Nice.
The
Nice.
SOG back
Now
to
I gotta
do what he
ask.
do.
Now I gotta ask, are you asking for that fight strictly because Ward is a Bay legend, or do you not think? Do you think Canelo gets past Crawford?
Strictly because Ward's a Bay legend, because he's a friend of the gym, and he was at the event Saturday. I just know his skill set, and I know in my heart that he'd get Canelo. But I'm a Crawford guy, so I think Crawford gonna beat Canelo personally. But I just want to, as a dream event, to see that those two go against each other at a big arena in the Bay would be insane to me.
For sure. Having already trained, kids and professionals, what's one of the most, I guess, inspiring stories you can give us from one of your fighters, whether were kids or a professional, that can inspire my
I,
listeners or make them cry? Something good.
Yeah, I would say it's Mikey the Bull, man. Mikey the Bull was, a homeless teen, jail ridden, adolescent, 300 pounds,
Wow.
uh, um, got out the pen, got with his dad, his adopted dad, and they started just grinding in the backyard in Hayward, right outside of Oakland, and he just pound by pound got it off and had no amateur fights and turned pro after about 2-3 years of just getting down his weight to 140 pounds from 300 pounds.
Damn.
Okay, 140. Went out there and won his pro debut. Got a draw a second, won two more. So started his career 3-0-1, and has continued to be a B-side nightmare. And he's caught some losses along the way, but his story and his spirit and basically the crew of kids that he leads and inspires in his community is incredible.
With boxing being so tough to promote on a local level because,
Shit.
uh, boxing fans, we're a bit of name seekers, right? We come out for the name. Adrian Broner, like you said, Andre Ward, Canelo. That's what we remember. So what's like the thing, for lack of a better phrase or word, the stunt or the gimmick that you feel you need to put on to pack the house? Like whether that's a rapper or a singer, somebody that comes out, like Andre Ward was there. Maybe you were, oh, fuck, he fell off. He was having spotty internet throughout the whole thing, too. He was getting blurry and then clear. What up, coach?
Yo, what's up? So I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, you were kind of blurry and then clear. Felt like your internet was a bit spotty at times. Are you freezing up or you good? No, you're
Yeah,
good.
I'm,
So,
I'm good. I'm on the Wi-Fi, so hopefully this works better.
yeah, so the question was obviously with boxing being so tough to promote on a local level, like what's the stunt or gimmick that you try to pull to fill the house? And that's just, for lack of a better phrase, I'm using that, right? Like, for all we know, you invited Ward and put that on the flyer so that so that he can attract. I mean, it could be a rap artist. Maybe you have a big rapper in attendance or doing a performance. Like, what's that one thing you think you can put together or would love to put together to help pack the house?
Yeah, man. I think you got it right. It's just getting the celebrities of the Bay Area, involved more. What we kind of did this first time was just put high ticket selling fighters on the card, and then wrote off of my social media. I got a decent following, like 130K, so that helped a lot. But really, just getting the local celebrities, getting on the local podcasts, and building it together, and just really getting the word out there through social media. That's really what we piggyback off of and work with, and getting guys that are involved in boxing, involved in sport, involved in pop culture, in the mix,
For sure. Well, man, I don't even know what to call you. Coach, I want to, like, my inclination is to call you coach, but it's like you're a promoter, man,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
right. Coach
also,
first, coach first.
but also it says that you're a manager, so it's like, how are you even pulling that off? Or are you no longer a manager because you're a promoter, or is it you're a promoter
Yeah,
but it's under your partner's name, so he's the license? Okay,
that's right. You
okay,
got it. You got it. You
gotcha.
got it. You got it. Yeah, you got it. Cause yeah, I mean, I really build my guys up through the
Hmm.
amateurs, and so I know when they turn, like, there's no one that's going to guide them better than me.
For
So the
sure.
the coaching and the management is the most important thing to me. But when it's guys that are coming from somewhere else and stuff like that, like, I'll promote them, I'll help them out, I'll do that. I'm good at getting eyeballs on the screen and butts in the seats. I can do that in my sleep. So all fighters that want to really build their career, elite underdog promotions, come see us.
For sure. I am DMing you an 0-0 fighter so we could see, can we get him on the card. He's an older guy, but
Mhm.
he's your B side. He's your B side.
Perfect.
He's from Houston. He's a little
All
older.
B side guys that's what I need, man. Everyone want to be A side. I need the B side. I got plenty of A's. I
Nah,
need B side, man. It's all
my guy is ready to be a B side. He's fought on my amateur shows before. He just wants a shot. I think he's early 30s. Probably
yeah.
160, 168. I'll get more info in a bit, but I sent you his box rec. He's 0-0, and I can give you footage from his
I love
amateur
your
fights.
amateur shows. I love your amateur shows. I'm gonna have
Oh,
to pull
wow.
up because I might have to, because I'm doing my
You check
comeback
one out
fight.
for real?
Oh yeah, I'll be watching that shit on the live. I've watched a
Oh,
few.
shit. That's dope.
That's my
That's dope.
shit, bro.
Wait,
I'm
so
a
you said
boxing
you want to
head.
come back?
I'm doing a comeback fight on
How old
my
are you?
amateur show. 35. I'm doing my first
Okay,
ever
okay,
Masters fight.
okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What weight class?
70. I'm light. I lost a lot of weight. I started eating healthy and shit, and I've always worked out a lot, but I really changed my diet, all whole foods. So I'm 170. Like, I can make 60, anything 60 to 70, easy.
Okay, okay. And are you
Easy.
gonna take on an 0-0 guy, or are you gonna get matched within
What?
that 10-fight novice range?
Yeah. Yeah, anything.
What?
Anything.
You're not gonna
Anything, man.
pre-match?
Come on, man. Let's
Wait, you
go.
not you not pre-matching?
No,
What?
whatever. I'm there.
Oh man!
Yes. Come on,
Shout
man.
out to you.
I like the fight, man. I like the fight, man.
Hey, I would still pre-match. Fuck that. I need to know who I'm getting in there with. See, that's the beauty of my show. I pre-match my guys. I try to send you footage so you know.
Yeah.
USA Boxing needs to pay attention to what we're doing. We're converting guys your age by the
Uh-huh.
dozen. By the dozen,
Yeah.
because we're inspiring people your age, my age, to get out there and do it. Don't just be a fan that is talking from your couch. You know what I mean? So we get a lot of
Yeah.
masters. We convert and get a lot of masters, man. Shout out to you. I really love what you're doing. I'm glad you reached out. Super inspiring,
Yeah.
dude. You don't know how bad I would love to be a club level promoter. I'm gonna keep doing my amateur shows until I can graduate like you. So your story is inspiring, man. I had you on because you're
Thank
living
you.
my dream, bro. Shout out to you being younger and doing it, and being a pillar in the community too, man. Doing what you're doing, a
Thank you,
community
man.
that didn't have a gym. It's just amazing. You're living the dream, champ. My audience knows that I want a gym as well. So you're checking all the boxes, and now you're getting back in the
Oh,
ring. Salute to you. Give out your social media, And any way you want people to reach out to you, if they want to be B-sides or if they just want to connect with you,
Yep.
if they want to buy
Yep.
tickets for the show. But thank you for
Yep.
coming on, man. I appreciate you.
Man, thank you, Ness, man. I watch the show daily. I appreciate everything you
Oh,
do for
man,
the
that's
boxing
what's
community,
up.
man.
We got to get you a
Man,
banner in
and
the gym then. We need to put up a banner.
man, hey, it's good. I got some spots. I need that,
Let's
man.
go,
I
man.
got some
Send me that
spots.
address. I'm going to get that out to
All
you.
right. Beautiful, beautiful. And man, I just appreciate everything, man. And it's everything Benjamin's Boxing, at Benjamin's Boxing, Instagram. That's the best way to get a hold of me, at Elite Underdog Promotions. But Benjamin's Boxing is going to be your best bet. And we're right here in San Ramon, California. All B-sides, all anyone that's trying to get on fights, see fights, anything boxing, get sparring. We spar daily. So just hit me at Benjamin's Boxing.
You're on
Instagram.
X as well, formerly Twitter?
Yes,
Same
X as
thing?
well at Benjamin's Boxman. TikTok at Benjamin's Boxing.
All right, now because someone on the live was asking specifically about Twitter X. Appreciate you. Let me know what we could do on my guy with the B-side, DeMarcus, for sure. Fire
I'm
D.
going to.
Salute DeMarcus. He's from Houston. And he's got a
Perfect.
fan base, at least virtually, because he's fought on my cards a lot. I don't know how many tickets he's going to sell from being from Texas, having to fly all the way to your hometown of the Bay, but
B-side, it's all good.
virtually we tuning in, man. We tuning in for one of the
Hell
community
yeah.
members,
There'll
man.
be a stream. There'll
Yeah,
be a
man.
stream.
But I appreciate you, man, Ali. We want to get you back on as soon as you start building the card.
Ness, I'll be here, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Ali Benjamin, boxing manager, boxing fitness instructor, boxing trainer, now turned promoter, did amateur shows, now did already a pro show, man. That's fire. That's fire, man. Inspiring. This is the stories I love to put out there, bro. That dude is living the life I want to live. Jesse Casada, $5. The only fights Plant should be chasing should be Pacheco and Billy Munguia. No more tune-up. He wins any of these fights, gets he goes to the front. I don't know what he meant. I guess he meant to say something like gets to go to the front. Listen, champ, that's crazy. This is what infuriates me about this audience. Only certain people got to get it back in blood. So Plant gets to move on to a Big M Billy fight, undefeated in Canada. Munguia fight, big because of his Mexican descent. Or undefeated Pacheco fight. Like, come on, champs. Come on. Chico, $2. If I hear Tip bring up Boo Boo, I might have to cut it. $2. Resendes, my cousin's cousin, found out this weekend. Salute, Nano. That's how it is. Every time you're doing good, all of a sudden, all the cousins jump out. Hey, yo, Chico cut. Dan, that's crazy. So he want Tip. He said, talk about Boo Boo, you getting cut. He lived up to his word. He cut him. Giza Channel, we read that. And then Tevis paid the 50 spot to bring Tip back. Salute Tip. The community loves you, man. Because right after that, Mr. Quick said, F that, Chino. Bring Tip back. Big Bang take Lil Bang. We could do this all day. So Tip, not only is you back, but now, if they try to knock you out, you already got the backup to back. You know what I'm saying? Chico with the $10. Counterpunch for A-Side Vega to talk real boxing and not about inactive fighters from Rhode Island. Nobody wants to hear talked about on the show. Lobo stopping Tip. Lobo building that fan base off the Tip hate. H-Town, $2. Chico Team Lobo, laughing out loud emoji with tears of joy. We got Chico back with another $5. Laugh out loud. Backdoor agreement with Ness to run up the bag. Tip calls like a WWE jobber, mid-card guy. He need to step his promo game up. I don't know about no backcall agreement. I'm just saying Tip be calling in, stirring the pot. You knocked him out. But I get it. You don't want to hear that Andre shit. Red Eye, Fly Guy, member for 18 months on a prospect level. Salute, Red Eye. He says, Charlo emoji, we on a plant-based diet. Okay. So he want Charlo to fight plant regardless. Let's see what we got. Boxing Patron.
What's up, Ned? Sound good?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Thanks for having me, man. Great interview, man. Got clap for that guy. Good. Always good to hear people coming up. With the plant thing, man, I feel kind of bad for plant, man. I think personally, I don't think it's that I heard a caller earlier saying, plant was like a bum or something. I think he's just been in one too many wars, man. That's a lot of beatings he's took in the last few fights. I mean, a lot of hits, from not just average people, from big hitters there, with Canelo and then the Benavides, and then who was the other one that he fought last that he came back and knocked dude out?
Canelo, they came back and knocked who out? Plant. That's the last knockout he got.
No, Plant. I'm talking about Plant. Plant came back and knocked him out. It was a good fight.
McCumbee,
yeah, there you go, man. Big hitters, though. You know what I mean? He's got 3 big hitters, man. He was in, it's a lot of wars. I personally think his best days are behind him. And dude came to fight, man. Resendiz, man. The one thing crazy about him, I mean, did anybody notice how fresh he looked in the last round? The dude looked like he looked like in the first round, and he looked like in the 12th round, man. He was just getting stronger throughout the fight. You know what I mean? The guy looked like a damn machine in there that night on Saturday. So, I mean, he looked really good, man. He did a good thing by getting on Plant's body, but I think it's a lot of more to Plant declining, man, and that didn't look like the Plant that I've seen throughout, throughout the years, because he just didn't look good, man. Maybe he didn't train.
I don't think we should do that, though. I think that we diminishing Resendi's work, bro. My man did amazing body work, bro. He landed almost 200 punches, bro. Like
you seen that on Plant's body, man.
Hell yeah. We can't
it was
say
all
that,
swollen.
We can't say Plant's diminishing. That's just motherfucking Plant getting beat to that body.
Yeah. No, it was. He did great body work. I noticed that, man. I seen Plant's body after that fight, but I just think he's been in a lot of wars, man. I mean, those are big hitters. He's been, Canelo, Benavides. A fighter could age in one fight, man, and he's had 3 fights like that where he took a lot of punches. Now 4. You're going to 4 fights where he took a lot of punches. So. I mean, I think his best days are behind me personally. You know what I mean? But you're right, though. The body work was great, man. The dude looked like a machine, man. He looked like he was. The dude could have went to the club right after that fight. He looked so good, man. Shit. But I personally would like to see him and Charlo now. I think he learned the right after that fight to fight Charlo. But that's my call, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right. Trying to get these interviews in, man. I want Resendiz promoter. I don't know how much he's going to be able to tell us or how much in control he's going to be, because you know how it is. It's not an Al Heyman thing. Whenever you get a fighter on someone else's promotion and they win, there's usually some clause in that contract that says that promoter has options on your fighter. If you want to call in, now is the time. And if you're a Border Wars fighter fighting on my amateur show, don't forget to reach out and schedule your Unguarded, man. We got OC the Boss scheduled for, I got to check, but Lobo's coming up next June 23rd this month. And if it ain't the 23rd, the date is out there. We're going to make sure we get that done. Looks like we got some super chatties we got to get to. Salute to everybody interacting. We got Juice with the $10. Ness, I had a question for Ali, and the post was nowhere to be found. Or maybe you can answer. Why aren't boxing promoters using South Florida, mainly Miami area, as a base for boxing? Well, soon there will be. If you've seen on Hernandez's shorts, remember, Hernandez's shorts said booby trap. Booby Trap is a big, big strip club in Miami. Shout out to Tone. They're deeply tied with the heavy hitters from New York. They want to get into boxing. I'm pretty sure they've already gotten their license. I screen shared it to y'all months ago, telling you when I first got put on Hernandez. So maybe something comes down there. You know what I'm saying? It's all about having the right conversations with the right people. You know, they got the venue. They trying to. I had a whole conversation. They trying to have the Las Vegas feel over there. You know, not casino, obviously, right? Like the celebrities. They think that they can pack the celebrities and then put on great fights. So I don't mind seeing it. You know, I haven't had a fight in Miami, big fight, since Paul and Logan. That's the same person when he fought Mayweather. That person. You know, Tio had a fight in Miami versus the Canadian Steve Claggett. That didn't do well. Miami's not the best market. It's not the easiest to crack. I'm pretty sure Devin fought in Miami. I don't know if that was the same Mayweather-Logan undercard, but he fought on the Logan undercard somewhere in the Miami, Florida, you know, area. So Canelo also did a big event down there, courtesy of Matchroom. They did do some fire out there. Tip, welcome back, man. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the community holding it down for you, boy. Shout out to the community, man. Really looking out, man. You know, because guys like Chico, you know, they're haters. They're haters. They just don't want to hear the truth, man. They want to cancel out the truth. But yeah, you know, since Chico, you know, he's got to be a Canelo fan because, you know, he doesn't want to hear the Andre talk, so he's got to be a Canelo fan. Let me just go into the Canelo talk, man, and talk about how the Canelo fans are really, they're really feeling it now. The Canelo fans are really feeling it now. That's why they're calling in on a show about Jose Armando Resendiz, and they're talking about David Benavidez because they're feeling that hit on the resume. It's just not looking good. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. The Canelo fans were calling in to shit on David's performance against Caleb Plant and big up Jose Armando Resendiz. But ask these Canelo fans if they think Jose Armando Resendiz could beat David Benavidez, they won't give you an answer. They'll sit there in silence. They'll talk around the question. You know what I'm saying? These dudes are funny, man. It's funny. You know what I'm saying? It just shows that Caleb Plant, you know what I'm saying, the win that they hyped up so much, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, he led to Canelo getting undisputed. You know, it's not living up to, you know, what it was. It's not living up to what it was, man. They're like, y'all are sick right now. Y'all feeling that hit on that resume. Y'all feeling that hit on that resume. And every time y'all take the name David Benavidez is gonna pop up every time. It's gonna pop up every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are sick right now. You Canelo fans are sick. Y'all are going. It's hilarious, man. It's really hilarious. You know, y'all gotta do better. Gotta do better, man. But yeah, you know, I'm all for Armando Resendiz versus Jermall Charlo. Want to see it? You know what I'm saying? I think Charlo gonna beat him. You know, Charlo gonna stick that jab on him, do what Caleb Plant couldn't do. Utilize the jab because, you know, all Caleb Plant did the entire fight was just frame him. Charlo has a better punch combination than Caleb Plant as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's just gonna be a walk in the park for Charlo. Charlo didn't even come in 100% fighting Thomas Lamana. Dude he just trained to lose weight. He ain't even look like he did a sit up. Like, Charlo ain't even look like he did a sit up, bro. This is wild, man. He looked like he was in the sauna for the whole camp and just came to fight and got him out of there in less than 6. Easy work,
he
man.
had
Easy
help.
work,
He had help. He had help.
yeah, all right, man.
You know,
hey, that's your boy,
he had
man.
help. And what was that fight night weight? What was that fight night weight?
What does it matter?
What you mean?
What does it matter?
What you mean? It matters. You see, it matters when it's fucking Devin. It matters when it's Berlanga. Y'all some fucking weirdos, man.
My man, we fight at 168 pounds.
What was his weight? Homie looked the big as hell. He looking like a whole bottle Jack in that bitch.
Hey, bro. He was 168 on fight night. That's all I can say. He's 168 pounds on fight night. That's all I know. But yeah, man, we back. Lines only, man. Lines only. And we want that Canelo fight. You know what I'm saying? We want that Canelo fight, respectfully. We want that the Armando fight. Yeah, get us those bouts, man. That's what we need. That's what we need. Let's stick it to these Canelo fans, man. Canelo fans they're going through right now. They're going through turmoil right now. They can't help it, bro. They got to shit on every fighter to big up their fighter because that resume taking a hit. They can't big up Jaime Munguia because Jaime got knocked out. Caleb Plant just got upset. Just think about that. Two of y'all last three fights,
Here
not
you
even
go.
last three, two
Here
of y'all
you
last
go.
five, them been
Diminishing
upset,
David. Why
man.
you diminishing David, man?
I'm not how.
Diminishing
You run me
David.
for
You
one.
talking about?
Run me for one.
My bad. Come back. How my man gonna say Canelo resume taking a hit, but then not say you diminishing David, bro? Like David's biggest win is Caleb Plant. What you about to give him the biggest win now is Morrell just because you want to lie? Shit crazy. I don't know. But come on back, man. You got a counterpunch courtesy of Jonathan Sims. Shout out to the pastor gave you a counter.
These dudes is out here getting upset, man. Jaime got knocked out by a dude that he wasn't supposed to get knocked out by. Plant losing to a dude that he wasn't supposed to lose to.
Resendes just beat Plant with 2 losses, bro. Like, stop. Like, you in tone with this losses matter shit.
That's a hit on the, bro. That's a hit on the resume. That's a hit on the resume, bro. That is a hit on the resume.
People would have said that about Resendes, and look, he got the biggest win of his career. So what's the hit?
Yeah.
What do it matter that Elijah knocked him out when he just fucking beat up Plant?
Hey, it's like I said, he the new Marcos Maidana. He's the modern day Marcos Maidana, bro.
Hey,
he just put himself in the Maidana category. Think about it. He beat Hurt. Now he just beat Plant. And you know what I'm saying? He's just gonna be Marcos Maidana, a dude who's just being former champions that never gonna be a champion. You know what I'm saying? that's what it's gonna be.
Hey,
good fighter, you know what I'm saying? But that's what it's gonna be.
Maidana made hella money and was a great fan-friendly fighter with good fan base.
For sure. And that's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why we want the Charlo fight. Because, you know what I'm saying? Charlo looking like the Mayweather of 160 right now. So, you know, let's get that Charlo fight and let's get that Canelo fight going. You know, Charlo going to take over the division. He back, man. You know what I'm saying? Charlo back. We just beat our Ricky Hatton, man. You know what I'm saying? We just beat our Ricky Hatton from New Jersey. We just made that shit look easy. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, man. But hey, have you talked to Thomas, man? Get Thomas on the show, bro.
I did. I just hit him up earlier. He's good. He already back home. He said the same thing, bro. Charlo was big as hell in there, bro. What's that fight night weight? Come on, man. Commission letting that
Thomas
man
not
be
even
50
a natural
pounds.
68-pounder.
Commission letting that man be 50 pounds heavier than his fucking 68-pound weight limit.
Man, that nigga was all skin and bones, bro. He was never gonna rehydrate big anyway, bro. He would have looked like me in there.
Yeah, I mean, Charlo rehydrated real big though.
And then another thing, man, yeah, we about to start dropping Border Wars footage every week on my channel, man. So just tune in for clips and, you know what I'm saying, sparring and all that shit. You're gonna be dropping mad footage. You know, so I'm gonna give y'all some content, bro. Since niggas ain't out here pushing content, we gonna push content on my channel, but we gonna run it up. We gonna run it up.
Don't make me put some footage, man. Don't make me show footage.
Hey, man, that's cool. Look, you could broadcast his on yours, and they'll say, I'm going to broadcast on mine, bro, where people could go check it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't care what it is. You know, that's how we going to do it.
I don't care.
We gonna run the program up, man. We going to run the program up.
Run it up. Don't
lose,
be the biggest
man. Event ever.
Don't lose, because Chico going to be... Chico
hey,
going
man,
to make sure you never forget.
I can't go out like Caleb Plant and Devin Haney, man. Or Ryan Garcia. I can't do that to myself. I can't do that.
Gary Antoine.
You know what I'm saying? I got big plans, bro. I got big plans.
What's his name? Gary Antoine?
If I win this next fight, man, just know, yo, we gonna do something big. We gonna do something big, major.
You won't fight 702 next.
Major. Man, who going down all the way there?
What you mean? Y'all ain't got to go down. You won 32, he won 28. That fight could happen. That's a big fight.
Yeah,
see how I always set you up with a big fight?
I don't know. We might do something
Give my
bigger,
co-host
man.
a title shot, simultaneously give you the biggest fight you ever had because you fighting a co-host. See what I'm saying?
Nah, that ain't big, man. That ain't big.
Yeah, the James Benitez came out of this motherfucker right now.
That ain't a big fight, bro.
702 not a big fight?
Nah, good name. Not a big fight though.
Why
Not a big
not?
fight.
Why not? I need to understand why this ain't a big fight.
I mean, have we seen 702? You know, like you got to put on a performance. You know what I'm saying? It's no hate. You just got to put on a performance. We got to see 702. It's me
Okay,
fighting a
okay,
co-worker.
that's
That
fair.
ain't it.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. But I mean, usually just because he a co-host, big enough. You know what I'm saying? King fight with Mario was huge, and it got King a unification shot. So you know, he got a 2-belt unification shot or a 3-belt unification shot. He came up short, but they was calling Kimachenko after that fight.
Man, I don't even like talking about email champs, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Who got an email
I don't
belt?
really like to. What's that King dude?
How you get an email belt? He fought for a vacant title versus one of the biggest names in TBV history. Your balls.
You said, yo, that should have never been a title fight.
What? Keem eligible. Ho. Don't do that. Because we following PBC footsteps. Keem eligible, and that's why CYP Pacquiao got a shot.
Nah, man. Y'all wasn't going to put that belt on CYP, man. Y'all wasn't going to put that belt on CYP.
CYP name big like Pacquiao. So, you know, he came right into a title shot. That's how it go, bro. Don't be mad. You had to earn yours.
Y'all wasn't going to put that belt on CYP, man. This is just the truth of the matter.
Why you think it was a cruiserweight belt? It was a cruiserweight belt. Because
y'all wanted King to get the belt, man. Y'all wanted King to get the belt.
We made a cruiserweight because we was expecting CYP to defend. He got upset like Keller Plant.
Shit crazy.
You picked them too.
And y'all giving belts to dudes that won't defend either. It's nasty out here, man. We got to do better in this.
I mean, he vacated. That was a one-off, like when Canelo moved up and fought Sergio. I mean, Sergey Kovalev. Like, come on, you act like you don't know boxing, bro. You got to watch the sport.
Shit crazy.
You got to watch the sport.
Should have been a rematch clause, man. We agreed to all their terms and we don't get
It was a rematch clause. It was Keem did a Floyd. You got to watch the sport. Keem did a Floyd. He retired. He moving down. You heard him. He vacated the belt and moved to 68.
Who he fighting?
Oh, he ain't got no fight.
Oh, he ain't got no fight.
Nah, he not fighting on this card. Can't have 2 stars on one card.
What card he fighting on? What card he fighting on?
He say he coming back next year. He say he can't fight. He said this whole year mapped out. That's why I said he vacated and retired. He said his whole year he can't fight. The only way he could fight is if we fight in Florida, and we can't get a date in Florida. They're not rocking with us just yet.
And flight's cheap right now. So King Cap, man. If Vega could get out there for $100 flight, man, then King could get out there for that. Dudes is capping, man. They capping.
I don't know what you're saying. He capping about. He busy because he got like anniversary, vacation, daughter graduation.
In August? On the 2nd?
Hey, man. Alex said get you off the show. He got a counterpunch, man. I got to go.
Just think about all right.
Y'all get so jealous. Alex got the link to jump on, but he jealous of Tip. Nasty, man.
Don't do that. Can you hear me?
I can only read what you text me. That's all I can do.
Yeah, no. It's funny you say that because I went to go into my computer, but man, the internet's not working down there for some reason. I got to reset it. But the kids are watching TV. Funny guy. Hey, man. Shout out Rhode Island. You know, my girl's from Rhode Island, born and raised. But dog, ain't nobody trying to hear about Andre right now. Like straight up, like I don't blame dude for spending that 50, bro. Like Andre, great fighter. Took the challenge of Benavidez, tried to fight through it, couldn't do it, and they had to pull him out because it was getting too nasty. But hopefully he'll come back. I don't know, bro. After the Benavidez, fight, now sparring Yo-Yo, that man's probably iced up as we speak. But yeah, come back, man. Maybe he can fight Plant and Charlo can fight Resendes, and maybe they can try to set up those winners instead of saying this specific guy and that specific guy. just say the winner's meet. Maybe that'll work because as we're seeing, man, when you just automatically matching these guys when they're in fights, it hasn't been working as of late. So switch it up. I want to point something out. No one seems to be talking about it, and I'm really surprised, Ness, you haven't mentioned it because I'm sure you watched the fight live. Like, it didn't bother you watching Resendes punch Caleb Plant in his kidneys like consistently, or headlocking him, headbutting him over and over again, forearming the shit out of the side of his face and neck. Like, bro, he did that. He literally took Canelo's game plan and replicated it. Now, I'm not saying that it's wrong or right that he did it, but that was, bro, he did it throughout the fight. Once he started getting going, like the third or fourth round, I mean, it was consistent. I mean, and you even saw Plant. He got bothered by all the fouls. I think when he was hurt, he tried to say there was a headbutt, which there probably was, but he got punched on as well. But bro, throughout the fight, there was consistent, as we would call them, fouls, and the referee only warned about headbutts. Now he was able to land some really good left hooks off that right hand to the body. I mean, some real damaging up and down. I mean, literally, he would do a right to the kidney, left to the body. It was clean body shot, or left hook up top, and it was super clean and it would hurt him. But he set it up with an illegal shot, and nobody cares. I don't know, man. I don't know what Plant has done to where people want to crap on Canelo's resume. Like how are you a Benavidez supporter and talking about Canelo's resume is looking bad when y'all know Plant is one of Benavidez's best wins, right? Like, y'all are weird. Plant's a good fighter. Was he possibly, put on a pedestal? Maybe that he, maybe his performances shouldn't have done. You could argue that, but listen, this is how it went, right? He took the belt from a champion. He had multiple defenses. He competed with a pound for pound Canelo. This was after this win, I think, when he beat Plant, they put him number one, or they solidified Canelo as number one in the world. Then he comes back, gets a vicious knockout, KO of the year against Durrell, another guy y'all trying to just put down. Like, Durrell was out here just getting whooped on. Like, against Benavidez, yeah, he got stopped on a cut. But if you actually watch that fight, he was doing very well until the cut, which was caused by a punch. And then, he couldn't see. Benavidez too fast. Benavidez is a great fighter within himself. But, yeah, I mean, Durrell, didn't he have like a nasty knockout after that too? I think it was against Marcos Hernandez. Now, is Hernandez a great fighter? No, but still, he put on a performance. So y'all got to stop it, man. Y'all got to stop saying this guy's shit. Y'all always just trying to say these guys are not good just to put down another man. It's not good for the sport. How is the sport ever going to grow if nobody's good? Every win is shit. It's always an excuse. Or he fucking had, a cold, or, he's been out the ring for, 9 months. He needs to be more active, fight every 4 months. Like, bro, it's always something with y'all as fans. We got to be better than that. I'm not going to lie, though. We got a perfect display on how important jabs are. Khalil Cole against Gallegos, first round lands a mean-ass jab right before the end of it. Bust the dude's nose and it allowed him to take control of that fight, which probably would have happened anyways, but still, he got it early. He was able to hurt guy. Dude didn't know what punches were coming. He was able to land jabs, straight twos, overhand twos, whatever, right hooks. It didn't matter. It's total domination. And then with Charlo, it's like, did he look good? Yeah, at times, but still, I mean, he was way bigger than LaManna. LaManna's never been competitive at that level. We seen him one time, got sparked out by one punch. And Charlo didn't really have to work too hard. The jab did look great at times. And he even said after the fight, listen, I work on the jab for hours every day, basically. Everything I do is off my jab. He's got to try different angles, up, down, wherever I can. And you saw that at times. I mean, those right hands weren't going to land without him first setting up off the jab. Another thing I noticed, too, in that fight was he was using a lot of foot feints. I don't know if the camera was always showing it, but that also allowed him to set up his jab, which allowed him to land the clean right hands. So those are the things that I think that Charlo did well. But he looked swollen. He looked huge. He looked kind of slow as well, and his defensive reactions weren't that good. Now you could say, was he worried about what was coming back? It looked like he wasn't, because he'd get hit clean, didn't move, didn't step back, didn't reset, just kept coming forward, working off the jab. Listen, I wouldn't be upset if they made Charlo versus Plant, because the fans love the buildup. I still think Plant's a quality guy, but I'd rather be off a win, because you mentioned it. What are they going to do? They're going to charge an extra fee for us to see it. So that makes it nasty. I think in a perfect world, we would get Resendes versus Charlo, because that's the way PBC works. You get guys on the same card, have the winners face each other, and then we move on from there. But honestly, bro, I'm not gonna lie. The one thing I like, well, I'll say this about Resendes' performance. He had a beautiful sequence. He double jabbed up top, right? He stepped around, double jab to the body, and then off of that, 1-2 clean down the pipe. Hurt Plant. I thought it was just beautiful. His trainer, Manny Robles, did a great job. Manny Robles actually even told him, when you push his head down, sick. When you push his head down, step around, right hand over, a left uppercut. Like, bro, they game plan for this. It was those kidney shots, those fouls were game plans. And yeah, like I said, man, I'm a little disappointed, because I thought that was something that I've heard you mention it before. I think it was the Canelo Plant fight. Maybe because you're on the Plant train, and you're like this big supporter. You probably had like a Plant shirt on. I don't know, but maybe the shirt maybe it doesn't fit anymore. You lost some weight and you got rid of it. But yeah, man. Then there was something else I wanted to talk about, but it's leaving my mind, bro. Yeah, bro, that's all I got for you, man. Hey, man, great show. Always appreciate the boxing talk, and a lot of boxing this week, a lot to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Fight week will start tomorrow. We got plenty of fights to discuss. But if you want to call in, now is the time. Last call for callers. Last call for callers. If you want to call in and voice your opinion, now is the time. Now is the time. Shout out Tip with the $10. Salute. We right back at it, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 7 o'clock Eastern, 7:30. We're going to be having Subriel Matias. We're going to have Broadway Joel from the Voice of Dominican Boxing on the program, translating. Don't forget to drop your questions. Let's make that a great show. We got, Tip sending me an Anthony Sims video. Yeah, I mean, I seen the one you sent me yesterday, though, where Najee is talking about the situation. And I guess it sounds like they might have made him an offer and Sims isn't beat, That's all I could think of. But yeah, man, last call for callers. You're trying to call in. Now is the time. Charlo coming in at 55%, man. So it looks like people want Charlo on our YouTube live poll, on our X poll, also Charlo, on our community poll, Canelo. And on our Discord, we got the doctor.
Hey there, Ness. Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Hey, man, I'm just going to call in real quick. I'm at the hospital right now, but I got a chance during lunch. My opinion, man, I think I personally love Charlo to fight Resendiz. And I think they could bring these guys back reasonably by Tank's undercard. Isn't that supposed to be? Isn't this card supposed to be in August?
Yeah, that might be a quick turnaround for Plant. He took some punishment.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. That's true. He got hurt. Well, I guess I wasn't even implicating a rematch. The way I see it, I could see like for
Resendiz Charlo,
Plant.
though, yeah, that's perfect for Charlo to stay lose the weight, keep the weight off. Perfect for Charlo. Quick
Yeah,
turnaround.
that's what comes to my mind. But I could see PBC like still going. Wait, is it true that Plant has a rematch clause?
Yes.
You know what? Because I think Plant truly has no other direction because I don't think him and Charlo can be a main event, which is what the promotional. That's what the TGB's plans were, right? Is to try and make them a pay-per-view main event. But I don't think that. I think that's squashed. The way I see it for Plant, who definitely wants to keep fighting, he's a fighter. I think he's going to force the rematch, and that's going to keep Resendiz out of the ring for a while. And then shit, I don't know what Charlo does next, man. I could. But I could see him trying to come back, within the next few months on like a big card on an undercard. I don't know. I don't even know honestly who are the contenders outside of like the top contenders, but I don't see Charlo being ready for a top contender right now. What do you think, Ness?
I mean, the Resendiz win will let us know that.
If you were to fight Resendiz, right? But
If
yeah,
he
I
were to
see
fight
Plant.
Resendiz.
I see Plant imprisoning Resendiz in the rematch clause, man. I mean, even if someone activates the rematch clause, are you allowed to go take an interim fight, or
What is
you have
Alex
to
talking
take
about?
the rematch right away?
I literally said that would be a quick turnaround for Plant. I don't know what you're talking about, Alex, but what are you asking me now, Rocking?
Yeah, so let's say Plant activated his rematch clause, but he won't be fit to get back in the ring for another
I,
6
I I
months.
can't answer that. I'm trying to get the
Okay.
promoter Resendiz on. He's with
Okay.
Amari Piedra in Box Lab. I'm just waiting for them to, we made communication. I'm just waiting for them to tell me what day is available on
Uh,
my schedule.
okay, cool. Well, I'll look forward to that. But yeah, I personally, regarding like the poll question, I don't see Resendiz Canelo happening anytime soon. I really don't. I think Canelo's got way too much going on right now. That Crawford situation, we have no
I
idea
mean,
what the
remember
outcome of that will be.
the Crawford situation isn't even official.
Oh no,
I mean,
that that
where?
that's
Where?
that's That's fucked up, man. They are really dropping the ball. With Saudi is dropping the ball so hard on this,
I mean,
dude.
them dudes don't even
That's
got
crazy.
tickets for the Berlanga fight, man.
Yeah, that's insane. All right, well, you know what, and Ness, I just wanted to tap in on that, man. I gotta get back to work,
We're
man. Shout out to you.
literally a little bit more than a month out, maybe 2 weeks more than a month out, and no tickets for Berlanga and
Insanity,
Shakur.
man. Shameful, man. It's
Crazy.
ridiculous.
Dropping the ball on all levels, man. But I'm the bad guy for telling the truth, Motherfucking Carmel has a tough fight with a Cuban from Vegas, so they know each other. Kid lands an uppercut. He's making faces at Carmel.
Richard Steele stops the
He making faces at Carmel. You would figure we got that. We don't even get that on the Premier Boxing Channel's YouTube. We don't even get that on the Premier Boxing Champions YouTube channel. They got like 2 million subs. We can't even get that shit there. They need to buy that footage from Sean Zattel and upload it to Premier Boxing's YouTube channel. Because that is just utter disrespect and a disgrace. I just hope that video keeps going viral, man. Let 1 million motherfuckers see it so they can see that they dropping the ball. That kid deserves television, man. Especially fighting 8-round tough fights like that. It's just nasty work, man. Tommy, Florida, what up? Last call for callers. Last call for callers.
You got me?
I got you.
TVV. Yeah, man, Carmel need to probably just sign with Top Rank or something. 'Cause I don't, he got too big of a name already for them to be doing them like this. Or a co-promoting deal or something, just something. Yeah, I think so. If Resendes, am I saying his name right? Resendes, if he stays at 168, yeah, Plant should push for the rematch. But if he because I think he just moved up just for that fight. But you mentioned something in yesterday's show. He fought at 175 a couple times before.
When he first started
Is
his
that right?
career, yeah, he had like 6, 7 fights at 175.
Oh yeah, no, I don't count that type of stuff. I don't count them first couple fights. I count what kind of campaign that.
Nah, for sure. But
So
they just
if
show you had to
yeah,
show the trail that he's the bigger man naturally. He ain't start at
yeah, yeah,
54. He started at 75.
75, yeah, fact. Well, if he go back down to 60, they might get him, which I call him the nigga, the dude that just beat Kyron.
Shit.
They might.
He only went to
If he go,
60 in the Hurd fight. Outside of that, it was like a no name. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe they offer him to go down, but damn.
yeah, maybe they all going to go down. And
Well, I wouldn't
that's if
do it,
he
bro. I
just
got an
came up for
interim
the money.
title. There's got to be bigger
I mean, bro, you
fights.
gotta I mean, me and you and a couple other Americans think different, but he a Mexican, not with that big of a name. You know what I'm saying? With a knockout loss, they offer him the money. Yeah, let's go. And the game plan ain't gonna change. Press that Cuban until we see he can go 12. But but yeah, if not, then yeah, Caleb, you gotta press for the rematch. Get a different trainer. Or Charlo. If Charlo, I can't think of too many 168s on PBC right now, bro. If they just keep the man and stay, I really hope they get that Charlo Jermall another fight this year. Pretty much the same month they were gonna give him Caleb, just somebody else. But but let's be real. If they get, I don't know, if they just happen to do Thurman Spence in September, October, and they were like Charlo Plant, the co-main event, they'll still do that just to give more spice to the Thurman Spencer, or a Tank Roach, or just somebody else being the main event
Give
instead
me
of
my
y'all two
Thurman
now because
Spence.
Plant lost.
Thurman Spence at 54. Let's go. You dropping the news?
No, I ain't dropping no news. I hope that's what's
You
going on,
dropping the
man. I
news?
really hope.
You dropping the
But
news? We know
if
you out
they
that Thurman gym, man.
Let me get my car. This motherfucker here.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
man.
Richard Steele stops
But
the
either way,
fight.
I just ended on this. I hope Charlo stay busy. Plant push for the rematch. If not, then he need to do Charlo fall. Somebody with no power he
What
can
month?
outbox and a
What
10
month?
rounder.
What month? Resendiz, Charlo on the undercard of Earl Spence and Thurman?
Well, if they make the Spence Thurman the same fucking month they were finna make Charlo and Plant. Was they making it September? Was that the
I don't
plan,
know, but
September?
what's a good month for Dallas though, right? Like we need the stadium. Thurman got to go over there and beat him in his hometown. Give him that hometown beating.
Uh,
Come back beating.
But
Hometown
yeah, that'll
comeback
definitely be
beating
sure. That'll be the beginning of
of the end.
football, regular football season. So if they gonna do it in Dallas, it just gotta be an off week for the Cowboys. But I don't know, man. But shout out to TBV. Yes.
You the man, champ. You the man. Yeah, man, we got to manifest that, man. That's old smoke right there. Talking all that clown shit, man. Show me I'm a clown in this ring. You know what I'm saying? Show me I'm a clown in this ring. Let's get this Keith one time Thurman, Earl Spence grudge match, man. What caller was it? Was like, yo, that's what we got to do. Boxing need to stick to the grudge matches. Get them shits while they hot. Yeah, this a grudge match that they done fucked up. They ain't never give us, but it's perfect time. Perfect time. My man Thurman got his tune up. Earl told Stephen Edwards he don't do no tune ups. You know what I'm saying? He like, yo, I gotta come back to a big fight. Well, Thurman, the biggest fight. It's the biggest fight. He the biggest, the baddest. Yo, Ness, GTO, Instagram and Twitter. But if you really want to connect, you got to DM me at ThaBoxingVoice. If you want me to screen share your footage on a Border War show, you got to DM me at ThaBoxingVoice. If you want your fighter interviewed, that's where you got to DM me at ThaBoxingVoice. But don't DM me asking me for no interviews if you ain't a member, man. Straight up and down. Juice, $2. Come build your gym over here in South Florida. Yeah, the Florida part where I'm at is about as south as I'm willing to go. I left New York and the tri-state area, because I'm not in the traffic. You feel me? I don't like sitting in traffic. Yeah, that's the main thing. I don't like sitting in traffic, bro. And I don't like neighbors like that. Like my neighborhood nice and quiet. I don't like all that rowdy shit. I'm done with that. That life is over. Over. Like I hung out and was raised in the neighborhoods where they turned on the fire hydrant in the summer because we ain't had no pool and we were just playing the fire hydrant. I did that. So I don't need to see that again. I don't want to live in that neighborhood where they got the fire hydrant out. I don't even want to live in a neighborhood where they got kids. I wish I could move into an adults only neighborhood. I want no fucking kids around, man. Take your kids to the goddamn park. Your little rugrats running around the neighborhood. No thank you. Yeah, man. That's how I feel. We out. Peace.